TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who Dat and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who Dat in all of us.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons. We won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Payton, New Orleans, Who Dat Nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is Saints Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Who Dat to the Black and Gold family, man. Saturday edition. TSC going down first. 5-game losing streak of the Sean Payton era, plus Taysom's injury. This one, what this one's called. Much love to the great Saint Tank. I appreciate you guys being up early on this Saturday morning. So happy Saturday to the family members. Appreciate y'all being in the live stream. Much love to you guys. Thank you guys as well. So like I've been saying for some time now, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sports talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q in the building, and this was supposed to be the recap stream that was set for Saturday. We had technical difficulties that ultimately ran into my Pelican post-game report show. So the Sports Coma had to be moved to Saturday morning. So this is why we're here. So big ups to the fam. I appreciate y'all being in this installment of the show. And sorry for those technical difficulties. But we are here now, baby. Much love. All right, so big ups to the fam. Brother Torres Shepard, who that to you? Brother Gundam, who that to you? Brother Jerry, who that to you as well? Much love to the fam. Appreciate y'all being up in the stream. JT, who that to you as well? All right, big ups to the rest. All right, who else we got here chilling? JT says, me and Q talked about this years ago. Beware of what's going on. Believe what you see. All right, thank you there, fam. Appreciate you. And Gundam corruption in the officiating. Well, you know, we talked about that, and really the cover's coming off. We also, you know, there was a discussion online about and it was several pieces wrote on it about Coach Payton not being properly explained what happened during that call. And usually when bad calls just come out of the wazoo, and they were currently, this was something that was going on with the Black and Gold for some time, man, since, I mean, the years we've been doing the streaming prior to. It's just the family members, we didn't have the platform to be able to talk about it and bring light to it. You know, all you had was their platforms. And on their platforms, they're collecting coinage from the beast, so they're not going to want to spot check or point out the discrepancies and what's going on. But I would dare say, I dare say, and I've been saying it, this is not incompetence. This is more corruption than it is incompetence. The referees are used to disrupt and manipulate games. This is what it is. I remember some years ago, they used to use certain athletes to do it. But the most impactful way of manipulating games is through the referees. They're totally protected by the league. They're part-time players, number one, and they're done that way so they can be controlled. Number two is There is no ramifications for their actions. They can make bad calls that can obstruct games, tear up games, mess up people's seasons. They don't lose any money. They don't lose any. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And really, it's not the referees. It's the people at the top telling the referees what to do with these egregious calls, like the guy got hit in the back. No, he didn't get that. Was not a block in the back. That wasn't even close to a block in the back. But constantly you keep seeing this happen as well in every game, some more egregious than others. Like if the last really big, stupid garbage call that you've seen from these rotten, corrupt bastards was back in the Tennessee Titans game when the ref spotted his ass, and I showed y'all on the stream with him looking downfield. Now, if it was about Tannehill laying on his belly like a guppy, and everybody turned, including the referee, watching what's going on downfield, what happens there. If the Tennessee Titan player catches the touchdown, there's no flag. Soon as he seen Marcus Williams catch that interception, the roughing the passer came out. He was watching downfield to see what happened. Why would it matter what's happening downfield if the foul is right before you? We're getting more and more on them, and that's why I keep saying you point out their corruption. That's the only way you make it go away. That's the only way you pull the curtain from off of them. If you don't see that, you're allowing them to operate a fraud. So you have to be able to pull that shit up off of their ass, and that's what I'm about, calling it real and keeping it real. And that's what it is, fam. So in this one, another bad call. He couldn't even get it, and that's why I keep telling you, Coach Payton's eyes are open. That's why he's off that competition committee. He got up off of that. He said it was the right time because he realizes a bunch of BS. There's only so many years that you can sit up here and look at this shit and not say, oh, what happened there? There's only people that's fresh to the game that don't know what they're looking at, that can't see what's really going on out there. But keep living, keep thinking, and you'll see exactly what a lot of us see eventually. So I would consider it, I would say, more corruption than it is incompetence. Don't get me wrong. Some of them are very incompetent. But when you see egregious calls like that with no explanation, that's straight up corruption and manipulation, man. Come on. I mean, I've been looking at this shit for a long time. Big ups to the rest of the fam. Yeah, he says, go back and look at the game. I see referees holding their earpiece before they play. Yeah, they're being talked to. At one point, they were allowing the referees to make calls when they were in the booths to call these things. But now it's a total oversight. Like in the NBA, they get a consultation from Secaucus, which is where the NBA officiate headquarters operate, in the game with the Saints. And of course, that's just one call in the game. The Saints had several opportunities to win the game, man. I mean, we can spot check the garbage bastard referees all we want, but at the same time, the Saints have to execute in these games to have a chance. They got to. The defense gave the Saints the ball several straight series at the back end of the fourth quarter for them to do something. And every time that the offense said, we don't want to win this shit, here, y'all take it. We don't want it, here, you take it. On it and gave it away. So I mean, it's a part of doing the right thing. And yes, you have to play through the corruption. You have to play through the garbage referees. We've been beating the referees' ass for years, coming up here trying to steal touchdowns and points off the board. That ain't nothing new to us. We've been stumping their rotten, funky ass in the ground, and we've not been calling them out for years. But also, the team has to do what it's supposed to, offensively speaking, to handle business, and we have not done that. Business. All right, big ups to the rest of the fam. Brother Prime's in the building as well. Big ups to the fam. Appreciate Brother Prime. Elite's in the building. Who that to you? Clint is in the building. Who that to you as well? What's up, Brother Derek? Who that to you? My boy Hoodie is in the building. What's up, Hoodie, my man? Appreciate you, my friend. And let me see out there. Okay, there you go. And I appreciate your super in Big Q of Trevor. Ain't the answer because he can't scramble and not enough weapons. Then Hill can run but can't throw. God damn. I mean, good. Could we take a gene machine and just merge them together? And you'll have a halfway decent quarterback with you if you could take a gene machine and combine a combinator and put them together. I don't know if such a thing exists. And then mesh them together, and you'll have a halfway decent quarterback to finish the season with. It says Hill can run but can't throw because of broke finger. Is it time to see what the rookie can do? Yeah, I would say I'm not a person that would advocate. First of all, thank you for your super chat there, Hoodie, my man. Appreciate you, bro. I'm not a person that would advocate putting any player that like a Taysom Hill who's dealing with a finger issue on his throwing finger in a position to be a guy throwing the ball. If that's an injury out there, he's saying he's trying to play through that thing. I'm against that because that's not going to help him in the long run. That's a bad idea. Now, your only other two options is you either go back to Trevor Siemian, which a lot of people don't want to do, or you give Ian Book the job, which pretty much says if Ian Book gets the job, then what occurs is the rookie takes over, which means that the Saints season, they're just going to play for the future. That's what the rookie represents in many people's mind frame. If Ian Book comes out, that means the Saints are throwing the towel in on the season. They're sticking to Taysom is because the Saints are trying to salvage the season and trying to do something with that thing. So, I mean, it's going to be intriguing. I would not advocate him playing. If it was his offhand, that's the issue. But even in the game, you can see it was affecting his throws because he had a Traquan Smith throw that had he just threw him open, that was an easy touchdown. But he threw it right on him, and the cornerback was able to get to him and knock the ball away. So, I mean, you can see it was impacting him. And then the very next play, he tried to throw the ball to Ty Montgomery and threw it at his feet. He just didn't. He could not throw the ball. So if it was on his offhand, fine. If it's his throwing hands, you have to think about that thing. And really, don't be surprised if the Saints at some point go back to Trevor Siemian to try to help him try to break the negative streak that we're currently on. So, I mean, you are going to eventually get an Alvin Kamara back to work with Ingram. You will get some, and maybe perhaps you can still use Taysom in a limited capacity as a running back to run the ball along with those said players and then operate as a wide receiver. So the duality of what Taysom Hill represents, it probably you would have to do if you want success right now, and it's not idyllic, but a Trevor Siemian, Taysom Hill mixture at the quarterback position, him sprinkled into different places, along with Alvin Kamara and Ingram and all those guys back will be enough where you could be able to not upset the Jets, but my goodness, beat the New York Jets. And no game is a gimme, by the way. So appreciate that. That's my thoughts on it, my friend, as well. So thank you, Hoodie. Appreciate you, bro. All right, and big ups to the rest of the fam, man. Big ups to everybody in the building. I appreciate y'all being in this building on the Saturday stream. Brother Paul is in the building as well. He says, I'll be glad when the gutless Saints season is over. No playoffs and definitely no Super Bowl this year. Still 5 games left to go, Uncle Paulie. So I'm never the one to just be like, listen, unless I really see that they are like terrible, and it's like, but the offense stinks. You can see it's just, it's just so much. The communication is bad because you got new guys coming in and new guys, and it's the new chemistry issues that keep presenting themselves because of the shifting of the rosters. So for success to happen, you have to have harmony and communication along the offensive line. And the reason why the Saints offense is struggling is simple. It's not just the quarterback. It is the offensive line. The offensive line struggles. It affects every aspect of the offense. Running back, wide receivers, tight ends, everything. Nothing goes well because if the offensive line is not there, you can't run block. You can't run block, meaning you can't run the ball properly. You can't protect the quarterback like you really want to. Plays can't develop. And then, of course, Coach Payton's offense, he likes to use mobile offensive linemen to kind of move around to set up screens and running back screen, tight end screens, wide receiver screens. We are we kind of semi-screen heavy here. So Coach Payton loves the uses of the screen to kind of surprise teams, and you have to have mobile offensive linemen to get out in front and block in those screen situations when we run them. And as you can see, if you go back and watch the film, in some of these games, the offensive linemen are late getting out on those screens to block properly to allow our offensive players to gain that yardage. So I've pointed out in several watch parties about offensive linemen, not just the guys filling in for injury, for players that are injured, but also veteran offensive linemen that been there, just not knowing when the snap count is, going out there missing blocks, all of that. So when the offensive line struggles, you're gonna have hell in the handbasket on your offense. And they struggle, that means they get dominated by the opposing defensive line. which presents a whole new set of issues. So remember, the battle is won in the trenches. That is the mantra, and that is the real deal truth, is that the battle is won in the trenches. And the Saints aren't winning any trench wars currently. I'm going to just keep it honest with you. All right, so that's okay. Big ups to the fam. Thank y'all, man, for being here. And Hoodie had another super chat here. Let me get to that one. He says, crazy that we kept pounding the ball down their throat. They couldn't stop Hill run game, and when they got down on the side, we do. I know, and yeah, Hoodie, you're right. And good observation. We pointed that out during the watch part. It's like the Cowboys defense they were gassed because Taysom was running right up. It wasn't just Taysom, it was Ty Montgomery hitting them with it. They had a little Ingram with it. And we just had to stick to what worked. And then, of course, it all went to hell in the handbasket because Taysom couldn't deliver the passes, and 2 back-to-back pass plays after that were poorly thrown balls, which if he would have threw, like I said about the Traquan Smith pass out in front of him, he would have had an easy touchdown. And, of course, even when the pass went to Ty Montgomery, they had a guy in the vicinity, but he didn't give him a chance to catch the ball and turn and then get upfield. So you have to be able to think about that, because when you're running a route and the wide receiver turns and look at you, he's going off the memory of what he saw before he turns to you. You see what I'm saying? Like if you're looking out there and there's a guy 15 yards away from you, that's your last thought, that guy's 15 yards away from you, because you're now turning to face the quarterback in preparation of the pass coming to you. The quarterback can see beyond the wide receiver while the receiver's looking at him. He can see where that defensive back is and if he's closing. So you have to have the presence of mind to be able to say, I don't want to throw him into a death trap. I won't throw him into a situation where he going to get his block knocked off. I don't want to set a trap for my wide receiver. So, I mean, all that plays a part, man, and what's going on out here. But, yeah, the Saints, man, offensively, the offensive line is struggling, in my opinion. We got some articles we're going to go over. And in this show, like I said, this was supposed to be the recap stream for the Thursday night game that ran a little late. And we were supposed to do this show Friday. But like I said, we had tech issues, which rolled all the way into the Pelican post-game report. I got stuff fired. And I'm like, I'm not going to do a 1 o'clock sports coma. A lot of people's like, yeah, you can do a sports. Keep us up late. Nah, fam, we're just going to do it early in the morning. Now, this is usually my time frame for Tough Tiger Talk. So I'm going to move that down further into the day to actually tonight, and we'll talk about Tough Tiger Talk, the latest coaching news, and we'll have all our LSU family members to chime in. We'll open up the lines and stuff and talk about the new coach. All right, so thank you for that, man. Appreciate you, and thank y'all guys for your super chats as well. So much love to the fam. All right, as well. All right, so who else we got here chiming? Okay, Smallville popped up here. And got thank you, Smallville, for your super chat. Said we should be 6-1, but Payton snatched defeat from the jaws of victory against the Giants by trying to use Hill. Man, we need Winston back next season. Winston is back next season. Okay, thank you for that, Smallville. Appreciate you. Well, the New York Giants game, I would say the Giants game was in there and the Saints were by double digits. I would say that's more on Dennis Allen than Coach Payton. Now, of course, you can say, well, he picked Coach Dennis Allen as his D coordinator, so it's somewhat of his responsibility because he's the head coach. I get that. But specifically, Dennis Allen has total autonomy over the Saints defense. Sean Payton doesn't get in his face and mean mug like he's done several of his previous defensive coordinators. He respects and loves Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen in that game, I think it was we should have put more pressure on Jones. We allowed them to get too comfortable, and then the Giants surged in the fourth quarter, scored multiple times, pushed the Saints into an overtime period in their building, and then walked down the field on the Saints defense to score not a field goal, but a touchdown, denying the Saints the opportunity to respond offensively. So I would think that's more on the defense than that was. And of course, that was several times in the season where the defense did fail the offense when they stepped up. Another time was in the Atlanta Falcons game when the defense, which helped the Saints offense get the opportunities necessary to score the 22 points in the fourth quarter to be able to set up a situation where they took the lead by 2, But then that same defense that afforded the offense the opportunities did not hold up the game. They allowed them to march 60-plus yards up the field, setting up a field goal for you to lose. So the defense hasn't been perfect. No unit has been perfect, but the situation right now is the fact that we must, as a offense, we know we got to settle our offensive line and get them on the same page. Whether we come in with a lot easier plays for them to digest, something has to give. We have to have a core set of plays that are domination plays that we use to great success. If we go back and look over the film, what particular plays that we use that we're very familiar with, that you see they're confident in running, a lot of this has have to be, so like I said, it's the communication on the field has to understand what they got to do. And a lot of that onus falls on the veteran offensive lineman to be able to coach the younger offensive lineman on the field with them that's taking the places of our bookend tackles, Ramczyk and Terron Armstead. They have, Hurst comes in, he has a good familiarity, but when you have another guy like Binnock comes in there or whoever, you got to make sure these guys understand their roles on the field and what they need to do, yada, yada, yada. So thank you, Smallville and Hoodie, for your commentary. Big ups to the fam. I appreciate you guys as well. So big ups to the fam. We having some issues right here. Sorry, look like I'm a little blurry there, but we kind of working through that thing. But yeah, big ups to the fam, the rest of the fam, Nola Balls and the rest of them. Nola Balls, much love to you. Scoob, thank you, my boy Scoob in the building. What's up, pimping? He's been a member, Pro Ultimate Overlord member. Much love to my dog Scoob for 20 months. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. And thank all of the rest of the family members at our YouTube family members that signed up for the YouTube channel and also our Patreon champions as well. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right. So with that being said, fam, we're going to recap a little of this thing. I don't want to talk about it too much because it stinks, to be quite honest with you. It stinks to high hell. But the name of this one, man, is, the Saints' first 5-game losing streak in the Sean Payton era. And, and it's cumulative of a lot of the dysfunction that's going on. Guys are out, but usually when guys are out, guys come in. And we got to get them on schedule so that they execute. And when it comes down to, you see a lot of the screens are not properly executed. Guys are missing blocks. And what that happens is that less impacts the play. The play is severely less impactful. And what do you do from here? You got to keep going through it. You're going to get some guys back. Ram and Terron will be back for the Jets, according to early commentary on the field. Also, Elvin Kamara is another guy that should be coming back to help out the Saints offense. The thing is what's the move on Taysom Hill? I think Coach Payton goes to Trevor Siemian before he goes to Ian Book. Siemian's here for a reason. Coach Payton's familiar with him. He likes him. And then we might see a situation where Taysom Hill simply shouldn't be the quarterback, in my opinion, because of the injury that occurred to his finger or to his throwing hand. That's problematic because you've seen he was having problems with it all up in the game when he's trying to pull the splint off his finger. He was not comfortable, and you could tell his passes didn't have the same pop as they had on them, and that ended up really impacting a lot what we've done. So you might have to see a dual quarterback system with Kamara and these guys returning back into their roles, and that should be enough to get you over the hill against the Jets and help break the 5-game slide. If you lose to the Jets, going to a 6, and I'm just saying if, because sometimes we got to look at both of them, both sides of it. You lose to the Jets, I would relatively say it'll be a difficult situation for the black and gold. So you have an opportunity now to do it, to get a win against the Jets. And I'm not focused on anybody but the Jets. You know what I'm saying? Right now, when you're at this stage of it, it's one game at a time. We can't focus on everything. You got to sink in and get it to a focalized light point and say, man, listen, this is what we got to do. We got this ahead. So let's get into some of the articles, fam. Please hit the like button. If you hadn't hit upon the like button, hit the like button. And good morning to the family members. Appreciate y'all all being up in this thing. Mocha, GM Kev, Dedrick, Nola Balls, Nick, Shane, Colorado Ferguson, Dedrick. What's up, fam? All right, Uncle Paulie, Brother Dada, Daniel Burton, Devin C, Leaping Cat Productions, Charles Winston, Slade Smith. Who else we got in the building? Let's see. I think that's everybody. Trey, what's up, Trey? Big ups to with Joe Gidry. What's up, Joe? Big ups to you, brother. Alpha Sports, Clint, and all of the family members. Smallville, Hoodie, Kai the Great. What's up, Kai? All right. Eternals in the building as well. Big ups to you, fam. Appreciate all of y'all. Brother Lavelle's in the building as well. All right. Much love. And who that to all the fam, you know? Big ups to all you guys. Zach, what's up, Zach? All you guys appreciate you being in the stream. All right. Who that? All right, so let's get into it. All right, what's up, Hemisphere? Snake Bite, Jordan, Joseph Thomas, Chris Henderson, Robert. What's up, fam? What's up? How you doing, my friend? Good morning to you too, bro. All right, big ups to the rest of the fam, man. You know I got to give a shout out to the Who Dat Nation, man. Much love to you guys. What's up, Ant Man? Big ups, fam. Troy Thompson, what's up, brother Troy? Much love. All right, let's get into this one, man. And then we'll get the rest of the statistics, and then we'll kind of move into the portion of the show where we open up the phone lines for a couple hours. We'll be here to right up to about noonish, and then we'll break off. I got a few things I got to do today. All right, so this is inspired by this article from Saints Wire and Mr. Sigler. Saints hit rock bottom in first 5-game losing streak of the Sean Payton era. Now, this is big because that just affords you to let you know how much success that Coach Payton's had since taking on the job in the black and gold is that we've never suffered or had to endure a 5-game losing streak in over the many years that Coach Payton been here since, what was it, 2006? That's key. That's very key. But yes, this is something that I had to kind of do this because we don't often be in this position. You know, we really don't. All right, let's get into this article right here, fam, and we'll get over it. All right, and this is bad as it's ever been for Coach Payton, Sean, New Orleans Saints teams. Their 27-17 loss to the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday night extended their losing streak to 5 games, the longest losing streak of Payton's tenure. New Orleans had lost 4 games in a row a few times, but this breaking new unpleasant ground. He's snapping a 235-game streak without dropping 5 consecutive losses, the 5th longest streak in the league history, which stretches all the way back to the 5-loss into Jim Haslett's at the back end of his coaching career. And I remember that. All right, so how do we get here? A flurry of injuries to assume positions of strength like the offensive line, Terron Armstead, Ryan Ramczyk, Andrews Pete, and have all earned Pro Bowl recognition. In the defensive bench rotation with former first-round picks Davenport, Turner out of action, free agent pickup, passing Yo sideline. Elvin Kamara is the team's best player, and he hasn't been active 4 games since November the 7th, and those are the tough hurdles to overcome. Also, we missing our best kicker, our best wide receiver, so yeah, it's a part of the game. It's more difficult when other position groups aren't pulling their weight. Callaway, Steele, Tre'Quan Smith saw a combined 16 targets in the Cowboys game and converted 3 catches for 28 yards. That's poorish. Steele in particular gave an extremely poor effort on a shot at the goal line that was deflected off his hands and intercepted by the defense. Maybe the Saints waited too long to give him another shot. Either way, he doesn't add anything to the offense at this point in his career. The receiving core as a whole is a talent deficient. And let me just say that Sigler's been on this thing about the offensive line, and I'm not saying he's not true. And a lot of and I think credit to Coach Payton for being dedicated to the wide receiver room, because he believes in these guys. He didn't want to come and bring in a bunch of one-year veterans to kind of eat up stuff from them. And of course, we know the Saints not dealing with a lot of money. And we knew that ultimately in the economic straits that they're currently in, they would be counting on wide receivers like the undrafted kind to step up and handle business. Tre'Quan Smith's another dude that's supposed to step up. And really, he would have had a better performance. Taysom Hill threw the ball, had a couple of suspect throws in that thing as well. But yeah, Kenny Stills was a very pathetic game by Kenny Stills. I was calling it in the watch stream about stop throwing the damn ball at Kenny Stills. He was targeted 5 times and nothing happened. Then you had the interception on one of the plays right there. He was awful. And sometimes you got to have one of those, those moments where you have to look at it and say, man, we got to get, Kenny Stills is not giving us anything. At this point, let's try some of these other young guys. Let's get some of these young guys in here. We didn't bring Kevin White. Thank goodness for that. Deontay Harris is still appealing in suspension, so we don't know how long we're going to have him. So guys like Quine Baker, Aesop Winston, perhaps these guys can come in and help out because they do have speed. They can have the ability to stretch the opposing defenses. Let's see what some of these guys do. I've been advocating for that for a while. Hoodie says Book QB1 or Trevor QB1 with 50% snaps with Hill running plays. Add to it Hill not the answer with hurt finger. Book can scramble and throw and extend plays. And I like Book, but I don't think Coach Payton sees Book like we do. You know, he likes him a lot, but I feel like Coach Payton sees him as a quarterback that is simply not ready. And if he decides to go with a Taysom Hill with a hurt ass finger on his throwing hand, or go back to Trevor Siemian, that's a straight up red flag against Book's preparation. Is he ready? Because I'm pretty sure if Coach Payton felt like he was ready to play, he would play him. And also, a lot of people say, okay, if you playing Ian Book, that means you ain't trying to make the playoffs. So remember, that's a process too. So most coaches are going to try to ride with the veteran players because they're trying to get this thing together. The Saints are not going to tank. They're not about tanking. They have to look at it one game at a time. And like I said, the best option right now is I like him, but a limited understanding of the playbook right now. And Coach Payton feels like he's not ready. So if you're going to have success moving forward, with Taysom Hill hurt, you're going to have to go back to the dual quarterback approach, which I don't think Coach Payton would be upset about that at all, going back to the dual approach. But we'll see on the Ian Book thing. I would like to see him myself. Thank you for that, Hood. Appreciate that, man. All right. Yeah, I'm open them today. Yeah, I'm opening them up, Hoodie. All right. Rich Rule says to say the Saints are a multi-billion-dollar company, they have garbage medical staff going back to not giving MT good advice. Thank you, Rich Rules, for your super chat. You too, Hoodie. But yeah, the medical is handled by Ashna Hospital. And Ashna Hospital, we dealing with some stuff, man. I mean, we really are. And sometimes, early on it worked, but then when they signed the deal with Ashna Hospital, but right now, injuries abound, man. And that's when you got to make sure you have the proper depth. And the thing that really hurts the Saints is to have money so that you can bring in players that can come in and help you, veteran players that can come in and help you do some stuff. But when you counting on young, inexperienced players to get it, to win with them and have to expedite their learning process and to force them into a role that they perhaps is not ready for. Because some are ready, some aren't. We see that. But right now, the Saints are like, we need these young guys to contribute, or these undrafted guys to contribute, because right now we're dealing with monetary issues. We can't go out and swing for the fences like we wanted to. They had an opportunity to get not only OBJ, but they had an opportunity to get Darius Slayton from the Giants. They just didn't want to surrender the capital necessary to bring these type of people on the team. And you were like, well, why not? Why would you not? Because is Coach Payton that blinded for his love for his wide receiver room? He believes in these guys. He thinks that these guys will be good. And the truth be told, the wide receiver room will be better for all of these live game reps that they're having this year. They will be better than what they were, early on. The issue is, usually when they get that many reps going on, you get later into the season, they're a lot seasoned so that they can be able to contribute at a heavier level. But the issue is, can we get there? Can we get to that point? We got to shrink the focus of the team down to winning a game. And that's what it has to be. And we have to stay within that confine. That's what it is. All right. Big ups to the fam. What's up, Dre Day? Who that to you, fam? Appreciate you as well. Let's finish up on this, fam. All right. And of course, they talk about Kenny Stills and the Saints wide receiver room having issues, and that's been a season-long thing. And the impacts of the offense is large. It doesn't matter which quarterback is put under center. Jameis Winston, Trevor Siemian, Taysom Hill struggle to work with such a weak set of pass catchers. Rookie draft pick Ian Book wouldn't do any better. This is a problem Payton created by years of neglect drafting, and now all we can do is grind our teeth and hopefully finally gets around to addressing the issue in spring. Don't count on it. Will it be too late? Probably. The Saints have 5 games left on their schedule, and all but 2, week 14 against the Jets and week 16 against the Dolphins, are against teams that either have a winning record. Week 15 against the Bucs. I've already beaten New Orleans this year. No, actually, week 15 against the Bucks, or have already beaten New Orleans this year in rematches, which was week 17, 18 with the Panthers and the Falcons. Now, sure, the Saints could miraculously cure their woes and go on a 5-game winning streak starting off against the Jets next week, but that just doesn't feel realistic. This team is too flawed and too snake-bitten to pull off a feat like that. You just won't hear the pessimism from Payton or anyone else on his staff. They have a lot of work to do and plenty left to play for. Don't look for him to throw in the towel. Yes, this is true. Well said. And Coach Payton, has a winning record as a head coach and is a future Hall of Fame coach for a reason, because he has a positive mindset. He knows football. And the only issue I see with Coach Payton that is worth mentioning is the fact that he has a propensity for the pass that gets him in trouble. I mean, he's too in a hurry to set up the pass and not patient enough in his principles to stick to the run. That sets up the pass. So if you can be patient with that, like when we were hitting him with Taysom Hill, just grinding out, Dallas was tired. He couldn't help himself. He had to go to the air with Taysom Hill, and it destroyed the drive. So, I mean, in the end, it's a part of the learning process when you're dealing with Coach Payton. But I have to say, we'll see what this goes, because when you are at these type of straits, desperation and a sense of urgency kicks in, and you start reevaluating certain decisions or moves that you make in an attempt to change or move things around from what's working and what's not working. So that's the positive of being this bad in the season. All right. So Mocha asking, Q, you're saying it's a lose-lose situation for Payton regarding the quarterback position. Damn, no, I'm not saying a lose-lose. I don't think I use that verbiage. What I'm saying is that book, if you go to book right now, it's a message that we're just developing this quarterback into the future. I don't think Coach Payton sees Ian Book as the answer right now. Like I said, and remember, I opened the show talking about the offensive line. And then Sigler mentioned it in his piece right here. Well said, written, is the fact that he spoke about the offensive line and the continuity issues among the offensive line. If your offensive line is not communicating properly and they're not doing what they're supposed to do, it obstructs everything in the offense, because the offensive line is key to the success of everything. If the offensive line is not run blocking, the setup, you can't balance your play scheme. If it's not pass protecting, then it will disrupt the quarterback. The quarterback won't be able to find the wide receivers, running backs, tight ends, so on and so forth. So I think that's a part of it. But if you're looking for success right now to try to salvage the season, the best option is to go with a dual quarterback system, because Taysom Hill has an injury to his throwing finger, and his throwing hand, which is why you see that he couldn't complete passes that he usually probably would have made. But I mean, we'll see how it all goes. And they're talking about him playing through it, which is an article that I'm gonna show you in just a second. But yeah, it's not a lose-lose situation, because you're getting some offensive skill set players like Kamara back, and I think Coach Payton can make that work. But, it's like I said, the offensive line has to communicate better to protect the guy. All right, so let's go into this article right here, also from Saints Wire, and it's talking about Saints QB Taysom Hill would attempt to play through throwing hand injury, which I don't know if I'd be an advocate for. I wouldn't know if I wouldn't want him to do that, and that's on his throwing hand, man. So I don't think that's a recipe for anything. This is from Adam Schefter dropping this. He said Saints doctors determined that QB Taysom Hill suffered a mallet finger injury Thursday, but will not require surgery, considering it's not as extensive as the one Russell Wilson suffered earlier this year. Per source, Hill now will try to play through the injury. Now, that's what reported by that Adam Schefter. Now, Hill's throwing hands, let me look this up, mallet finger, and give a medical look at the mallet finger. And we'll go, and you know what I do when I'm not familiar with, I look up shit. All right, so, yeah, I remember what happened with Russell Wilson. That was ugly. His throwing hand struck Dallas Cowboy defender during a pass in Thursday night's loss, crumpling his middle finger and tearing a tendon that limited his ability to grip and spin the football on his throwing hand. And you're going to try to play through that? Not as a quarterback. You can't grip the ball and even spin it the way you want to. So that's what I'm saying. If he does play, it'll be as in a role with Trevor Siemian as the quarterback, and him being used as a running back or possibly a wide receiver, but not throwing of the ball. I just don't see that based on this information. So a more serious similar injury to, we talked about Russell Wilson earlier this year that led to surgery and a stint on injury reserve, but for now, Hill intends to gut it out. They don't have any better options. He'll replace the struggling Trevor Siemian under center, who himself was filling in for injured Jameis Winston out for a year with the torn ACL. The Saints don't have any plans of getting rookie draft pick Ian Book into the game with such a poor supporting cast around him, which makes sense. That wouldn't be fair to him, and he could be very quickly crush Book's development. Good point. Hopefully, Hill is able to overcome his latest injury down the stretch as the Saints try to chase an elusive playoff berth. He's missed time this season with a concussion and a painful plantar fascia issue in his foot, and things won't be getting easier for him anytime soon. At least he has 10 days to rest up before the next week's road game with the Jets. So, yeah, we got some time here. Got a little mini bye here that we're dealing with. But like I said, do you really want Taysom Hill playing with that type of injury? And look, just to add a little medical to it, fam, watch this. Let me show you this. This was the type of shit the man dealing with. Look at this. That's a mallet finger. And you see, this is it says mallet finger is an injury to the end of your finger that causes it to bend inwards. All right. Tendons, your palm, your hand finger not supposed to bend that way. You will not be able to straighten the end of your finger because the tendon connecting the muscle to your finger bone is stretched or torn. Your finger will be painful and swollen. Now, let me ask, what is the recovery time on such an injury? Recovery takes 6 to 8 weeks for your finger to heal, after which time you will be able to use it again. You may be advised to continue only to wear the splint at night for up to 4 weeks. In some cases, you may only need to see a specialist once, as a hand, physiotherapist may be able to take your care. So recovery time, 6 to 8 weeks here. 6 to 8 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks. A little medical on it. And we talking about Taysom Hill don't need to be in that throwing the ball family. All right, so let's get this article right here and go into this article right here. Let me give you a laugh and a half. Let me give you something to laugh at right quick. All right, Terron Armstead leads NFC offensive tackles in Pro Bowl voting. Are you serious? Are you serious? How is this even possible? How is it even possible? And I said, man, that's got to. And I checked. I had to look at the calendar and say, hold on, let me see. Is this April? Is this April 1st? Because this must be April 1st, because this can't be the case. This got to be April Fool's Day or something. Because this is some foolish shit here. How, Sway? How is that even possible, man? The same Terron Armstead who was getting beat, bloody blue blazes all kind of way all season long. The same Terron Armstead, just not the game before the last game, the Buffalo Bill game, who had several different times didn't even get up out of his stance. That guy's leading. How? And I love Terron Armstead, but truth be told, that shouldn't even be a thing. That is totally ridiculous how Terron Armstead is leading the Pro Bowl. He had this is one. I've never seen him play in some of these games this year. Some of the worst games I've seen him. Being pushed down, holding, all kind of stuff. Man, hell no. How Terron Armstead leading NFC offensive tackles in Pro Bowl voting? There you go. There you go, King Kamara popularity contest. Can't be nothing else but a bunch of BS. Can't be nothing else. That is totally preposterous that Terron Armstead leading all offensive tackles. And Terron Armstead missing games and everything. Hi, Terron. He missing games and everything, but he leading them? How, Sway? I mean, come on, man. It's just ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous at this point. How is that even possible? And why? How and why? What fools are voting for Terron Armstead to be in the Pro Bowl after the pathetic ass season that the Saints are going on, and Terron Armstead getting beat, bloody blue blazes, pushed around, getting ran around? Man, I tell you, man. I tell you. Mocha says, just like Andrews Pete. All right. See, there he is, taking a chance. Bam. Just like Pete Q. Oh, I hear you, bro. I got you. You might have a point if it's like that. I know. How is that possible? Right. I mean, how is it even possible? I ain't gonna even read the goddamn article. It don't make no sense. why this should even be a thing, man. That is really, I thought I had to check the calendar and thought it was April Fool's Day. I was like, hold on, they playing a prank on us. They got to be playing a prank on us. If you sit up here talking about Terron Armstead and sit up here looking at a Pro Bowl, absolutely not. I ain't gonna even read the damn article. But anyway, quick recap, final stats on the Dallas Cowboys matchup. Of course, let's go over that right quick, and then we'll open up the phone lines this Saturday, and we'll go up to about 12. Since I've been rambling, about 12:30, and then we'll cut off the stream briskly. 17 first downs apiece for both teams in the Thursday matchup. Saints finished 5 of 14 in the third down conversions. The Cowboys, despite being 2 and 13 against the Saints defense, still was able to get the win by 10. Saints had more plays, 69 to 65. They had more total yardage than the Cowboys, 405 to 377. 14-14 on total drives. They averaged nearly the same on yards per play, almost 6 yards per play. Saints had more passing yards than the Cowboys, 252 to 231, even though 4 interceptions were thrown and he was sacked twice. That's Taysom, 1 interception by Prescott, and he was sacked once. Rushing statistics, very admirable. 153 yards of rushing for the Saints versus 146. So the Saints in terms, if you look at statistically what the Saints were able to do stats-wise, they outperformed the Dallas Cowboys statistically. They outpassed them, outrushed them. The problem was the turnovers. You're not going to beat it. I heard what Taysom said, it was hard to beat anybody with 4 turns. Let me tell you something. It's not hard to beat nobody when you turn the ball over four times. It's impossible to beat anybody. What you talking about? It's hard to beat somebody when you turn the ball. No, it's impossible. You're not going to beat anybody turning the ball over 4 freaking times, and then one of which is a pick 6 to help the team win. Now, like I said, the Saints, credit to the Saints defense. They went in there, and then in the back end of the fourth quarter, we kept saying, man, the Saints defense got to provide some stops. The Saints gave them several stops in the fourth, in which the Saints offense said, I don't want this shit. Yeah, you take it. So, I mean, we're just at a point of madness. The Saints defense kept giving them the ball belt. Here you go, take it. We just didn't want it. They had several opportunities despite the egregious call. The Saints had opportunities throughout this game to win the game. They had the suspect kick early on and low IQ football calls from time to time. A couple of drop passes in the matchup. Once again, poor execution of the screens that Coach Payton was trying to set up. I mean, and then, of course, it started rolling downhill before all of the stuff started happening, where the Saints was able to kind of get things going with Taysom Hill, but then ultimately that was spoiled with 2 back-to-back pass attempts that destroyed the drive. So we have to have higher IQ football in the moments where it counts the most. We can't get there and then just dissolve and allow the opportunity and the window to close in your face. And, of course, you watch what the Cowboys were doing. The Cowboys was in there toe dragging. Their cornerbacks was toe dragging. The linebackers, Micah Parsons, was doing his thing. The wide receivers was toe dragging. Saints, and it's like, what's up with Marcus Williams on the play where he chasing the guy down and then Pollard down, and then he's pointing. He's the only guy back there. What you pointing at? I'm looking at the film and he pointing at, what are you pointing at? You're the only guy back there. Then he doesn't run at full speed to catch the guy. And then when he finally gets to the guy, does he blow him up? No. What he does is he pushes him into the end zone. So, I mean, it's like at times it's like the clutch moments of the game don't exhibit poor ass IQ, which Marcus Williams at times, he's been playing really well over the last couple of games, but just when you give him a nickname because he's playing well, calling him Marvelous Marcus Williams, then all of a sudden Miracle Marcus Williams comes out and something low IQ moments happen, just like what we've seen right there. The last line of defense, I keep telling you that. Usually your last line of defense is supposed to be a really intelligent player that's able to make moves back there, and credit to Marcus Williams. He was playing good leading up to that game. And then after that, man, come on, bro. What the hell was you pointing at? It's like, what are you doing? You the last guy back there. Go get the guy. Blow the guy up. Do something. Don't just push him in. Let me help you get the touchdown, and pushes him in the end zone. You know, it's just ridiculous, man. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is at those moments, you have to show up. You've got to show up or you're going to get handed. And then, of course, like I said, the 4 turnovers, you can't recover from that. 4 freaking turnovers and one of a pick 6. And the Saints just kept giving the ball away to the Cowboys, just kept giving it to them. You know, so offensively speaking, because like I said, I can't credit the defense. The defense did what they're supposed to do. But the offense has been so funky that they've been dragging the team down the whole damn year. Well, it's just on the last 4 games in particular, I want to really count on. And you look at the red zone. Saints never one time in the red zone in the game. They had a couple of strikes from outside. And, of course, you look at the Cowboys 1 and 2 in the red zone. Penalty, Saints 7 to 59. The kitchen is closed for home cooking for your ass. 7 penalties for 59 yards for the Saints, 5 for 35 for the Cowboys. And like I said, even in games when you're in your own building, you anticipate the referees to help you. You don't get none of that. You don't get no help. No help for you. None. No soup for you. No soup for you, New Orleans. The kitchen is closed. No home cooking. Take your ass up the street and go get some Arby's. No home cooking for you. Nothing. The soup kitchen is closed. It's closed. No home cooking for you. That's how it is. All right, and then of course we finish up with this here with the rest of the pathetic stats. The Saints 31 to 54, even control the time of possession. They control the time of possession 31 to 54. The Cowboys 28-06 in that sucker, 31-54 for the Saints, 28-06 for the Cowboys. So the Saints had more passing yards, more rushing yards, had possession at the time of the clock. What was the dooming procedure? What was the dooming thing that really ultimately put the Saints on the wrong side of the loss? Was the turnovers. You know, you can't turn the ball over like that. And that's the thing that really crippled us in this matchup. So it is what it is, man, as we go. All right. Charles says Taysom should have just threw the ball away on that play. Yeah, I know. And then there was another play in particular where Taysom Hill should have thrown the ball away on, but absorbed a sack, which pushed the Saints out of field goal range. Well, already out of the pocket. Just throw the ball out of bounds. Just throw it away. That way you still wouldn't have had taken a loss. The Saints would have been in position for a field goal, could have got points off of that. We couldn't. Remember, there was a missed field goal from a ridiculous kick from 50-something yards, I forget. And then, of course, we eating sacks when we're not supposed to. There's no need for you to eat a sack. Just get rid of the ball, player. You know, because when you ate that sack, it kicked you. You had to punt as opposed to get a field goal. So that culminate and stuff. And then when the Saints get going, and some of these drives, and I said in particular, they have problems overcoming dysfunction or penalties or something like that. Like if a penalty happens, you get pushed back 5 yards or 10 yards on your offensive play, the Saints have difficulties making that yardage up and then getting the first down. It happened on the drive where you had the call when he was blocked in the back. They say, which wasn't really a block in the back. We know what that was. That was some BS. But the Saints had issues even overcoming that. They couldn't overcome the call. And when that happened, I said they just simply got to overcome it. They couldn't overcome it. It killed the drive. They punted the ball. So that's the thing that we have to really get better with. We have to, when we have dysfunction, whether it's false starts, which we had false starts, Eric McCoy in your own building, you know, missed blocks, Cesar Ruiz in your own building. So like I said, at some times, we're going to have to get better offensively with the offensive line. It's going to have to communicate better. And with the younger players coming in, we got to get them on the same page so that we can have a lot better execution of these plays if we're going to have success going into the rest of the year. Because even if you play like this against the Jets, you're going to get beat because the Jets are opportunistic too, defensively speaking, and they can take something out you. And these are NFL teams. These are pros. Even though they're not doing that well, they could beat you if you're playing like this. So we got to get this together. All right, Charles, that play, yeah, I got you. I hear you, Charles. I got you. All right, DLP says, yeah, they need a new safety back there. Marcus let the guy run past them. Bonehead decisions across the board, penalties, bad tackling, chunk plays on defense. Saints defense, yeah, it was hard to watch. All right, so fam, let's get the rest of this and we'll open up the lines. That's the box team stats. Let's get into the box score numbers as well. Taysom Hill finished the game 19 of 41 for 264 in the matchup. He had 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, one of which was a pick 6. He was sacked twice. QBR of 28.4, 44.2 on the rate, and he did lead the team in rushing. 11 carries for 101 yards. He had 92 yards, 9.2 yards on the average. Ingram was 10 carries for 28 yards. So Taysom Hill was running that thing. He had 101 yards off 11 carries. That's 9.2 yards per rush. He had a long run of 24. If we can just man, Ingram 10 carries for 28 yards, just 3 yards per rush. Ty Montgomery had 4 carries for 21 yards, averaging 5.3 yards per rush for Ty. And, of course, the team overall, 26 carries for 153 yards. No touchdowns, though. Deontay Harris led the team, 4 catches for 96 yards and a garbage time touchdown. For him, LaJordan Humphreys, 2 catches for 49 yards, also got a touchdown off of 2 targets. Nick Vannett targeted 4 times, 3 catches for 48 yards. Nick Vannett quietly performing for the Saints in the last couple of weeks. Juwan Johnson had a really stellar catch for 27 yards to help the Saints offensive drive go, and they scored on that drive. He got his neck rolled, but he came back later in the game. He didn't get another catch after that, though. Traquan Smith, 2 catches for 15 yards off of 7 targets. We got to do better than that. Part of that's Traquan, some of that's Taysom after he got that issue. And, of course, we see Ty Montgomery, 4 catches off of 7 targets for a mediocre 9 yards. And Kenny Stills, 5 targets. He didn't get you shit. And that's why I kept telling you when it was throwing to him twice, I was like, stop throwing to Kenny Stills. He's a black hole out there. Stop throwing it to him. And when they're not giving you anything, eventually you got to start looking at the young guys. Perhaps we need to start looking at some of these young guys, fam. How long have I been saying that? Let's take a look at some of these goddamn young guys. The Traquan, the Quan Bakers or the Aesop Winstons. Can we look at those guys as opposed to the Kevin Whites? I thought we got rid of Kevin White, but he reanimated himself to the team and took over the body of Kenny Stills, and not Kenny Stills is Kevin White. We can't get rid of this deadbeat wide receiver spirit. All right, let's keep it going here, man, and then let's get to the top tacklers for the Saints. 9 tackles for Quan Alexander, P.J. Williams, 8. Marshawn Daddy Lattimore had 8 and a pick for him. PJ did his thing in there, had a sack, and he had the only sack of the game for the black and gold. Of course, Daddy had the interception. He returned for 15 yards on the play. So outside of that, the Saints defense did the best they can do. In this game, the Saints offense simply could not, usher up enough points to make the thing respectable. And, of course, for the Cowboys, Dak Prescott finished the game, and like he usually finished the game. It wasn't a great performance by Dak. 26 of 40 for 238, a touchdown and an interception. He was sacked once, had a rating of 79.0. And then, of course, they didn't really, the Cowboys rushing attack didn't really start to do their thing. And it was really Tony Pollard who had that 58-yard gash run that had exploded their running attack. But they were pretty much under wraps the entire game until the defense started wilting toward the back end and they gave up that big run. And the offense, like I said, it's a different affair. If the offense is scoring, then that would have not happened because the Saints defense started to tire out and Cowboys took a good advantage of that. CeeDee Lamb was the top dude. He was thrown at 13 times, got half of his targets, 89 yards, no touchdowns. But they kept the offense on schedule. Dalton Schultz, the tight end, was making really difficult catches, and that's what it takes. Schultz is not nothing big, but he was thrown at a bunch of times. He thrown at 5 times, made all the catches, and most of the time, Saints defenders were crawling all over Schultz, and he was able to still make difficult catches to keep the offense on time. And that's a part of the game that sometimes we be missing. Cooper was in the game with 2 catches for 41 yards, nothing big. Gallup had a touchdown on 5 catches for 36 yards off of 9 targets. So the Saints did a pretty decent job stifling the Dallas Cowboys offense. It's just the offense could not score enough points to do what they need to do. And even though it's 17, that was a garbage time score to Deontay Harris on the back end of the game. So with that being said, that's where we are currently. The Saints on a current 5-game losing streak. That's hence the name of the show. And it's going to take one game at a time approach. I'm not even thinking about no playoffs. I'm just keep it real with you, fam. I'm not thinking about no playoffs right now. All I want to do is win a game. And then next week, I'm going to say the same damn thing. I just want to win a game and win a game again and win a game again. So one game at a time. Let's just get one game at a time. 2 games against the Jets, the Dolphins, and the rest of this is part 2s to the AFC. It's very unique how they created this thing. And toward the back end of the season, we got part 2 matchups against our NFC South rivals, which will set up everything we need to know. So currently the Saints sitting number 10th, I think it is, in the playoff search. Who cares? And of course, the NFC South, the Saints are in the cellar. Atlanta is at number 2. Carolina is at number 3. And the Saints are sitting up as cellar dwellers in the NFC South as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers then took flight on us. They are winners of 8, and the Saints just fell through the flow. So is the season over with? People telling me, Q, in the chat, season over with, Q. No, it's not. You got 5 games left. Let's see what they do. It's not over until it's over, fam. It's not over because you never know what the hell is going to happen. World says playoffs. I just want to win a game. And I feel that, man. And that's what it's about. I just want to win a game. Let's just get the streak broken and focus on one game at a time. And we'll see what happens. But it's too damn early to be talking about Q. Guess what? The season over with, Q. No, it's not. I had people on the Pelican post-game report. We do a New Orleans Pelican stream too, family. You can just put that in. If you're a Pelicans person and you want real deal Pelicans talk, put Pelican post-game report in the YouTube search and then go there and subscribe. They got people on there telling me, Q, the season over. And I'm like, no, it's not. You got 80-something. Man, you still got a whole year of play left. No, it's not over with. How you saying that? But sometimes people just be getting in their bag on stuff. They be all up in their feelings on stuff. I'm like, fam, no, it's not. The season's not over with. Not even close. Cut it out. All right. So, see, Kev is one of them dudes. GM Kev is one of them dudes. I said, come on, bro. Kevin been telling me, Q, the season over with. All right, Kev, if you ain't doing nothing, I see you typing. Hit that link and get on up here and tell the people why the season over. I'm not going to speak for you. I want you to speak for yourself, my dog GM Kev. Just win a game. One game at a time. That's all we can do here, fam. I'm not going to BS you. I'm telling you the real deal. As a matter of fact, I want, like Kev, GM Kev, I'm talking at you, bro. I want you to hit the link. Come on here and tell the Who Dat Nation why you feel like. See, Kev said, Q, you smoking something good. Nah, bro. I ain't messing with DC with all that. But all I'm saying is, listen, if you want to tell the Who Dat Nation and the Great Saint Think Tank that the season over with, I got the link right there at the top of the chat. Hit that link, get on here, and tell them yourself, family, that the season is over with. I'm not gonna ride with you on that. We got 5 games left, and you're really just 1 game under 500. Anything can happen. You never know what the hell could happen. So we'll see. But Kev, that invitation is open. Hit that damn link. But anyway, we got other family members, Brother Prime, we got Brother Hoodie, we got Trey in the building as well. That's right, Devin. I gotta mess with my dog DC. He got caught in the line of fire. Literally and figuratively. All right, so yeah, much love, fam. Leaping Cat says, Q, I will hit the Powerball for the Saints, make the play. I got you, Leaping Cat. I got you, bro. I hear you. I hear y'all guys. I hear you on that. But like I said, 1 game at a time. That's all we can look at right now. And if they have that approach, we'll see if they can fix it. They do get Kamara back. We got a little time here. You will get Kamara back, which will help out. We'll see what we won't do with the Taysom situation, although I think Coach Payton goes back to the dual quarterback system. I don't think Ian Book plays. But then again, Coach Payton might say, you know what? Let's see what he can do. But I think he goes to Trevor Siemian and Taysom Hill as a running back / whatever, because he can't throw the ball. And then Ingram with Kamara and Ingram in there, that gives the offense enough electric pieces to move to help keep everything twisting and turning. Now we should get Ram back. You get Ram back and Terron back for the Jets game, so that'll help some of the issues with your offensive line to a degree. So we do get some of those guys against the Jets. Like I said, 1 game at a time is all we can really hope for at this point of the season, man. And then of course the team has to kind of upgrade that energy level, man, and that intensity level to meet our opposition. So that's all we can do, I feel you, King Isaac. He says 10-7. Man, we'll see, fam. 1 game at a time. All right. Big ups to the fam. Appreciate you. What's up, Tasha, baby? Big ups to you and my dog, Sean. Millie Too Ill says, you have Ty Montgomery, Mark Ingram, keep Taysom in his role. Kamara Hills, he can be your sneaky link receiver. Bam, these weapons Payton left with, but don't utilize players. Okay, left with utilize. Okay, I got you on that. Yeah. All right, Mocha says, don't do it. Don't embarrass yourself. Kev ain't going to pop up here. All right, so like I said, the invitation for Kev. Come on, Kev. Come on up here and tell him. All right, so Badge Prime, we're going to bring Brother Prime in. Brother Hoodie and Trey both are going to box him up like that. Panel, so if you're not talking, please mute yourself so we can hear the rest of the family members, and we'll get it going. Brother Prime, welcome to the stream. You first up. Trey, what's happening, brother? And Hoodie, how you doing, fam?
Who that, everybody? Who that? Y'all doing good this morning?
Yeah, everybody, I'm doing good, my man. We talking Saints early in the morning, baby. It's all good.
Yeah, man, we was joking on you last night, bro. I was like, everybody was like, Big Q. I said, oh, he must have met some sunshine and got stuck in the empty bank vault.
No.
The Pelicans won. That's why he was happy. Pelicans won, man.
Yeah,
struggling over there.
Well, listen, bro. I don't try to do it like that. I had some technical issues. I was trying to get the stuff in. By the time I got everything together, he ran close to the other stream, and really, this is a recap stream with people, I'm opening up the line, so you got it's going to be at least a 2-hour show, and the time was just not there. So instead of doing that, I had to push it to this morning because of the Pelican Post-Game Report, which also every Friday is a phone line show. So, I just had to make a decision on it's just unfortunate. But we're doing it today, so that's a plus.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you came, bro, because we love your show. It gives us a chance to vent. But a few things I'm going to say is, number one, I want to see Harris on that garbage touchdown. He ran out of anger. He was pissed that they were losing. Harris, Johnson, Callaway, Lil Jordan Humphrey, I say those are our keepers for next year. These guys could be good. And like I said at the beginning of the season, they're going to even be better next year. But as far as Taysom is concerned, come on, let's stop the Taysom experiment. He's not a quarterback. Even when his finger was good, he was still throwing interceptions and picks. That last one he threw, man, that was pitiful. That was horrible. He threw the ball right to the guy. I know he was trying to throw it to Harris coming across, but really, he should have put some air on the ball or do something, or just threw it out of bounds. Because that was just ridiculous. That was just ridiculous about how the game ended. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I had a lot of bets at work, and like I told those Cowboys fans, if y'all don't beat us by 21 points, don't try to get too excited about y'all win, because y'all didn't even play us at our fullest strength. And they were good, and they came to that realization. They really did. They came to that realization when the game was over. Yeah, they really did.
Yeah, it's tough, man, and that's a part of it. Like I said, a lot of the problems we having is offensive line related, man. So I mean, you're missing 2 offensive linemen. That's the continuity.
And we talked about that last week.
Right.
We talked about that last week.
And that's a part of it. You got 2 bookend tackles missing, and of course, we got to be on the same page to have success. I mean, it's because people pulling late. You running these screens, guys got to get out ahead of the people to block them, and we're simply not doing that. We're missing a lot of blocks, and not just the backup guys in the starter positions, like I've documented and said. Is some of the guys that are involved with missing the blocks of some of your veterans. You've seen Cesar Reeves but he actually missed blockers. You've seen Terron Armstead get stuck in the stance. You got the guys on Twitter was showing, I was like, man, the guy's like, look at this shit. It showed Terron Armstead not even get out of his stance. And then, of course, 4 guys tackled Tony Jones Jr. in the backfield for a loss. And that wasn't the only time. It was in games that we've seen Terron Armstead simply not there, it almost appears. And that's someone like seeing him play like that, where he don't know the snap or whatnot. So, I mean, the communication issues are just the Saints right now, offensively speaking. Communication issues are a problem, and communication and execution issues are a major problem, as well as the injury situation. It's definitely a problem. that they have to overcome, man. They got to. If they want success, you got to overcome that.
Right. I'm just going to make 4 more points, and I'll give the floor to somebody else. Number one, Jameis Winston is going to be our future. I know everybody talking about all these other quarterbacks,
Right.
but come on, people. I think that if Rodgers go to the Super Bowl this year, he's probably either going to retire or stay in Green Bay. They're not going to let him go anywhere. Watson is going to be way too expensive. We don't need any more bad draft picks like we gave up for Ricky Williams. We don't need any more of those kind of drafts because that set us back a couple of years. As far as Wilson is concerned, Wilson has a no trade clause in his contract. And I really don't think it would be a miracle we get him. It would be good, but I really don't think he's going to be going anywhere. And as far as people talking about Pittsburgh looking at Jameis, that may be true, but Jameis cannot lead this building. Jameis is going to be the future of this team for the next 3 to 4 years. I really think so. And Taysom has proven, and he's not a quarterback, even when his finger was good, because he's still throwing deep punts. He's only good within 15 to 20 yards from the line of scrimmage when he's passing balls, going across crossing patterns. But all year, he has had problems throwing the ball deep or out patterns all year. He's real good when the receiver's going across the middle. And I know I'm not the only one that noticed that. And like I also told those Cowboy fans at my job, I told them that y'all got to realize that y'all only scored 20 points on us and y'all was winning by 10 at halftime. And I know y'all was panicking. And we were playing with, 2 or 3 practice squad defensive linemen in that game. And also, I just want everybody to think about this. Let's look at it this way. Right now, this team, and I've been a Saints fan since 1971 when I understood what football was. We have never had this many injuries at one time in one season. And I think it's because I'm about to go out there and make y'all smile because y'all need a laugh this morning. But think about this. Our team is named after a Christian deity. And we are playing in a building that is named after a Roman historical figure. And the Romans used to do what? They used to sacrifice Christians. I'm not a religious person. I'm more spiritual, but I just wanted to bring that interesting part up. So I think that we have some serious juju and that we're dealing with right now this year in that stadium. Just think about that. Caesar's Superdome, and we the Saints. So we have been thrown to the lions.
Damn, that was deep. That was deep, man.
All right, thank you, Brother Prime. We went historical on us right quick. All right, appreciate that, bro. All right, Hoodie, welcome to the stream, my friend. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
Doing good, bro. I'm sit up here listening, reading the chat, man. Listen to the family members, man, and just trying to keep people from jumping off the cliff, bro. What you think about the loss to the Cowboys and what we do to fix it?
Well, I mean, shit. I was at the game with one of my subscribers and stuff, and we had a good game. You know, it was fun watching it. But at the same time, when I was watching the game, and I noticed, you know, the first quarter, Taysom Hill, you know, was doing good. You know, pounding the ball, running it. The throws wasn't really bad. And then I noticed, like, second quarter, when he went into the tent and he came back out, and I was like, after that, his throws was, like, off bad. And we knew something was wrong with his finger. And I was talking to one of my subscribers, and he's one of your subscribers too, Saints01. I was talking to him, and me and him was having a conversation that night. I told him, I said, look, Taysom did good. Yes, excellent on the run game. Passing game, not so good. And I told him, I said, yeah, you can make the excuse with the finger being hurt. But then again, why the hell are you out here drawing a damn ball with a hurt finger then? If you know it's not going to be an accurate pass anyway. That's literally your action to lose, to throw the ball with a hurt finger. And especially your drawing hand. Now, if it's your left hand and it's not your drawing hand, you know, then fine. But at the end of the day, I told him, I said, we kept running the ball and we kept getting all the way in their territory, and then we'll just draw the ball, and then it will be third down and long, and then we can't do nothing with it. And I was like, why didn't we just keep pounding the ball till we get into the end zone? Because they couldn't stop it. They could not stop our running game. And especially Taysom Hill, they couldn't stop him. Every time I remember, what was it, 3 or 4 plays in a row? They did the damn QB option right up the middle to Taysom Hill. I mean, it was like back to back to back.
Right.
And I'm like, he can't stop it. And then, and remember, we had this conversation before on your show, man. Don't you remember when we were talking about, and they were like, for the Giants game, why did he run that? They were like, why did he run the option to the right with Hill and we got stopped on 3rd down? It was because they couldn't stop him the other times. The Giants could never stop it in that game. So that was the thing. I thought, when I was watching it live, I was like, oh yeah, Sean Payton's about to run this ball with Taysom Hill every damn play right now. They can't stop it. And then I seen that and I was like, well, he shot me in my foot just now because I thought he was going to run the ball the whole damn game now, and he lied to me. You know, he said, let's just pass it. But at the end of the day, when I was there watching it, defense did great. Besides, I think the only thing this defense is like messing up on is these big plays. They allow so many big plays that hurt them when we don't need them. Especially when we don't need them to, you know, when we're trailing and stuff like that. But just to kind of, I think what can help us to get better, to be honest, and I know you was talking about it, about how Ian Book might not just be ready yet. But in my opinion, I don't care if he's not ready. The reason why is because your offensive line is so banged up that all the plays that's supposed to be happening is all getting broken up, and all your receivers got to come back to you anyway, right? So if they got to come back and get to you, I believe in Ian Book scrambling. I watched his highlights, you know, in college. He was a really good player. He can scramble. He can extend the play for you. So if the play doesn't work out on his favor, all he's got to do is scramble out, and they can roll back to him, and he can hit him on target, because I know his throwing arm, and I feel like he would be more accurate than Taysom, because Taysom is not really accurate. You know, he's not going to be as accurate as Ian Book's to me, because if you watch, you know, Taysom Hill's highlight from college to now, he's always been that like QB that's so good at running the damn ball, not throwing the ball. And I talked to a few people that are Taysom Hill fans, and they agree with me when they say Taysom Hill's passes is basically like a punt, especially downfield, you know, deep. I told him now, short, medium route, you know, he's okay, depending on what type of throw you're trying to ask him to do. He just throwing a wide open slant, yeah, he got you all day. But when you when a guy's on the opposite side of the field and you trying to lead it into his hand, no, that's not happening. I don't see it happen, just because I don't feel like he's got the accuracy to do that. But at the end of the day, if Alvin Kamara's going to be out still with your freaking knee sprain, you might as well just put Taysom at running back and just don't let him throw the ball. Just let him pound the ball on people. That's what I would do. And like I said, I'll start Ian Bush. If you don't like Trevor, and I still like Trevor, y'all. Even though people probably going to hate me for saying that, but at least the man can pass the ball better. I mean, yeah, he might not be able to run. If your O-line sucks and you can't run, then you might as well put a dude in Ian Buck's in. Like I said, it doesn't hurt to get a man's feet wet, right? And just let him start learning and see what he's got, to where you can know what you can do next year. Because me personally, I know there's some people in the chat that I seen earlier saying, you know, Jameis Winston's not staying sure. But I agree with Prime over here. I like Jameis Winston as the future, and the reason why I feel more comfortable about him definitely coming back next year for sure is because of one guy on that team, and his name's Demario Davis. And this dude's been in the league for 10 plus years, I think. And with all the people he played with, and just think about it, he played with Drew Brees for 4 years, and he played with Jameis Winston 1 year. And he already told everybody he wants Jameis Winston back in his building this year as his quarterback, and said this was the best player, best person he had ever played with, and the best teammate, because of his personality, you know, his leadership, and all of that. And just think of what Drew did for this team in this stadium, how leadership. And Demario Davis is going to say Jameis Winston was his favorite and best player that he ever played with. So, I mean, that's why I feel like Winston's going to take over next year. But at the end of the day, I know people, and you and me, we're always going to have faith in our team, you know, because we always got hope, because we got Sean Payton as a coach. And I know we can easily win. I mean, look at the Cowboys game. We could have easily won that game too. There's just dumb mistakes. The stupid mistakes at the end kind of caused us the game. But at the end of the day, we still got hope. We can still make it to the playoffs. But this is the way I see it. I mean, with the way the season going, with everybody getting hurt on our team and everybody else is losing their star players for the season, it's just like crazy. Injuries left and right on every team. I know we all want to tank, like me. I low-key want to tank up, you know, and get that damn top 5 draft pick this year, get us a nice good receiver or something to add to the offense. But if we don't tank and we make it to the playoffs, who says in the next 5 games everybody else loses their starting quarterback and shit? Because everybody's getting hurt. And I guarantee you, if everybody lost their starters right now, the Saints would be the #1 favorite team right now to go to the Super Bowl if everybody else lost their starters, because we know how to win with backup players. They don't. Because I'm telling you, with all these Bucs fans, and I'm sorry to say this to any Bucs fan, man, but if you're a Bucs fan, there's no way you're going to tell me, even if you was a Dallas Cowboys fan, there's no way you're going to tell me if your damn quarterback, Tom Brady, or Dak Prescott went down, you're going to tell me you can rely on your coach to win the game. And you rely on that backup quarterback. But we can say we can rely on Taysom Hill and Trevor Siemian to win the game with our coach Sean Payton, because he knows how to use his people. So at the end of the day, I believe in our team, and I'm not praying for nobody to get hurt on no other teams. I just want everybody to I wish the whole NFL would never have injuries, so we can see how good each team really is with everybody healthy and stacked up, and that would make it more fun to watch. But at the end of the day, let's try to make it to the playoffs if we can. But like I said, I don't know if we can make it too far against some of these teams just because of the slack on the offense, unless they pick it up somehow.
Thanks for the backup, Hoodie.
No problem.
All right, thank you, Hoodie, my man. Appreciate Hoodie dropping the knowledge in there, man. Much love to Hoodie coming in with the real, along with brother Prom dropping information. We're gonna go on to Trey Joseph, man. We got a few more family members dropping in as well. Much love to the fam. We got through brother Prom, Hoodie. We got Trey up next, and then GM Kev. GM Kev, you stay right where you are, brother. We coming to you next after Trey. And, of course, we got Brother Jerry, followed by Uncle Paulie, and Brother Rich Rules joins the stream. So much love to all you brothers. Appreciate your patience. Trey, the floor is yours, my friend.
All right, what's up, y'all? I want to give a Who Dat to Mage, Hoodie, Paulie, the great historian, Jerry, OG, and GM Kev. You already know, Q. ESPN ain't fucking with us over here at the Sports Coma. You already know. But I got a lot to say, man. Like, all right. Point one. I think Adam Troutman was a bad draft pick. Nick Vernett did more in that one game that I've seen Adam Troutman do successfully the entire season. Like, why is he still in our team? I understand he's a young player, Q, but he just don't got it. Jawan Johnson and Nick Vernett are clearly better than Troutman can ever hope to be. He don't got that juice, that spark, that it factor. He's clumsy. He can't block. He doesn't know how to run routes properly. It's just a bad time watching Adam Troutman. Thankfully, he's hurt. I don't want to ever pray on a man's downfall, but I just don't like seeing him in a Saints uniform. That's number one. Number two, I think our O-line is also a failure. I like the Andrews Pete versatility, because when Terron Armstead always gets hurt, as he inevitably does, we would usually slide Andrews Pete to left tackle. And he wouldn't do bad. Like, it wasn't like he was an awful left tackle. I would take him over Terron right now, to be honest. If we had Ryan Ranchuk healthy, I would keep him at right tackle and put Pete at left tackle, just because he wasn't bad. It would be better. I feel like it'd be better than what we're watching now. I don't even know what to call the O-line. It's just hard to watch our offense struggle like this when we've been known for prolific offenses since I've been watching them, since I understood what football was. What else I wanted to say? Oh, number three, our current team status is a result of Drew Brees. I want to give a big thanks to Drew Brees, because for the last 6 to 7 years, he has been more than 40% of our cap space. If we had just a fraction more of that cap space, I don't think our team would look this bad at how we do. Like, we'd have had money to sign more free agents, and we would have been thinking about the long run and life after Drew Brees if he wasn't so much of the cap, and we wouldn't be in cap hell, as you like to call it. I think that was it at the moment. I might come back for some more after everybody in the panel has already spoken, but I just wanted to get those quick little things off my chest real quick.
All right, thank you, brother Trey, for your comment, man. Thank you. All right, GM Kev, you next up. The floor is yours, my sir. You can tell
Yo,
what's up, bro? How you doing?
Man, look, y'all making some great points, man. So, but the reason why I say that, and I look at it like this: why even think about the playoffs? It's all about the development of these younger players.
Yeah.
That's why we're seeing the drop off, because look how much you've lost in the last few years with free agencies and all of that. And plus, we knew the cap situation, right? So we needed these guys to come in, and it's kind of unrealistic and a tall task to ask these guys to come in and be on a playoff level, talent-wise, within 1 year. Some of these guys haven't played yet. But I also look at this, Q, with Sean. We're drafting players, but we're not playing at their fullest potential. Like, look at Zach Bond. What did he do in Wisconsin? Okay, you want him to be a traditional linebacker, but they never played him as that because they had worries about him playing that because he didn't look good in it. But what did he do best? He rushed the passer. Have you seen him rush the passer this year, Q? He's on special teams.
Nope.
And he's a 3rd round pick. Okay, boom, we scratch that out. Let's go to Ian Book. He's a 4th round pick. Okay, sometimes you got to put the guys in the line of fire and see what you got. So if he's not the guy, so you know going into the next draft, you need to get a quarterback. Or at some point, you got to get a quarterback. These guys on the bench, it doesn't help. It's just like Stan Van Gundy stunted the Pelicans' young talent when he was there, and Alvin Gentry before them. Now you see a coach coming in like it's Willie Green, letting these guys play, and they're seeing what they have because they're all high draft round picks. So if we don't get production from the high round draft picks, it's going to continue to be a struggle because you don't have money even going into next year to bring talent in. So my whole thing with the playoff situation, you need NFC wins. The Jets, Miami, those are AFC teams. So let's just say if you go on a run and you win the next 5 straight, you're still going to be needing teams to lose to get in because right now you lost all to the tiebreakers right now. Philly, you could still split with Atlanta. Who else? It's just a lot of NFC teams you lost. Yeah, you're not looking good in that. So when it comes down to tiebreaker, you will still be at 9 and 8 possibly, and you could still be out. But my whole thing is I want the younger guys to get a chance to play. You know, if they don't turn out to be good, that's fine. At least we can go into this draft and know what we need. As long as those guys are on the bench and they're not playing, it does nothing. We went got Quan Baker. They was talking high about him. What happened? He hasn't played up 1 game this year, Q. Why is that? Eson Winston came in showing promise. Why is he not playing? But Jordan Humphrey showed promise even last year. He barely played a few games this year. I just want to know what is going on with the development of the younger players because it don't seem like it's registering yet, right? And you also have a problem at guard. If we can't block right there, it don't matter really who's at quarterback. That quarterback's going to be running for his life. So what do you do there? There's not much you can do with this season. So then what do you do with Reed? Is he going to be a backup center, a 1st-round draft pick again? You have to make a decision. So what are we going to do? Andrews Pete, that's another 1st-round draft pick. Do you bring him back? And if so, where do you place him? Because since he's been on the team, been drafted, he's been at so many different positions. I think his confidence just all shot. So, yeah, I'm on development, man. And I don't see how we can be better if these younger guys don't come in and give us something and show promise and contribute. That's my whole take on
it. All right, Kev. That's well said, bro. I think, like I said about Ian Book is interesting. Coach Payton loves Ian Book. On film, he does scramble. He's intelligent. And it gets to a point of the season where I think if he plays, then they might not be looking. And I think right now, Coach Payton's just trying to get a win because he knows he's still in this thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why I don't see it. But yeah, the misuse of guys. You speak about Aesop Winston. We've been squandering the talent of these young guys.
Right.
In the preseason, that Aesop Winston and Quan Baker in particular, these guys could play. and we've been screwing around with Kevin White the entire damn season. He caught one pass. He was dropping passes in preseason, all up in the training camp, looking crappy, and they still hung on to this dude to the chagrin of those other talented wide receivers. So that was an issue. I'm with you on the Zach Bond thing. Zach Bond should be allowed to situate. He should be a pass rusher for the Saints right now because he's not going to get Werner's job. So, and then Quan Alexander's there. So you're right. Bond needs to be pass rushing. I've constantly said that, and they could use a pass rusher, but they're not. They don't have the imagination to use them there, obviously. So yeah, this is.
But that's what they're lacking. That's what they're lacking to me. You always say that key word, imagination and vision. Like when you draft these players, what vision do you have for them? Because that's something I see like Bill Belichick really do great. Like. Remember when we had that guy, that linebacker, I can't think of his name, but he went over to New England, went to Pro Bowls and won Super Bowls. And I'm thinking like, well, we had that guy. You know, how do we miss not putting him in the right? You remember that guy?
Yeah,
I remember him.
What was that guy name?
He talking about he's on NFL Network, I won't say right.
Yeah, he was a linebacker. He was a linebacker.
He went to Cincinnati, then he went to the Patriots, and he was good. I was upset about them letting that man go out the door.
Yeah, it's like
put his name in the chat. The family members know who we're talking about. I can't remember.
Somebody,
Nikovich.
Rob Nikovich. Rob Nikovich. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, if a guy can't do something that you want him to do, let's try to like maximize his strengths. If you know Zach Bond is not a traditional linebacker, let him get after the quarterback. That's what he did well. He was all Big Ten getting after the quarterback, Sean. Why is he just on special teams? He's a third-round pick, and he would have been higher of a pick if he didn't test positive for PEDs. So you're looking at a possibly first-round pick you got on the bench. What's up with that? But nobody want to call that out. See what I'm saying? So I'm all with I love Sean, and he did a lot for our franchise. He brought us a Super Bowl. Look, I'm with you on that. But lately, these last few drafts coming up, bro, Q, if you go back and look at your mocks, you had one last year and saying, okay, if he can get this mock draft, this would be a perfect draft. And I was thinking, no way, that none of those players going to fall. Guess what? One of your mocks, all those players fell. We didn't get any of them. We're reaching and going to Toledo State, Ohio, Alabama. Like, we don't even, Sean, you're reaching in the first round, and there's a lot of talent right there. Now, look, Payton Turner might turn out to be a good player. But, Q, go back to your mock draft. Would you ever pick Payton Turner in the first round?
No.
Okay. How did they do that? How did they miss all these guys in the SEC in your backyard and to go way into Houston? I'm confused about that, bro. I've always been confused about this reaching. Even for Davenport has shown some promise. But has he played a full game yet? This is 5 years, bro. How long can you keep waiting?
Yeah, I think that's what the Payton Turner pick represents, Davenport, to a degree, because the Saints are on the back end to find out what kind of player Davenport is, and when he's healthy, he plays pretty good. He had a 10 tackle game, which was really impressive, with a sack and a half. Then the next game he was hurt.
Yep.
So that's the strangeness of what Davenport represents, is that if he hasn't been able to help the defense totally because he can't stay healthy. So that's well said, Kevin. So
what you gonna do with Ruiz?
Ruiz should be. I mean, listen. I think Eric McCoy should be a guard. I think Ruiz should be a center. That's just me. I wouldn't have taken Ruiz either. I think they had better centers than Ruiz, in my opinion, that were available in that draft. But Coach Payton liked Ruiz, and at first it was sold like Ruiz was going to be the center, and we're going to move McCoy. Okay. Then all of a sudden he just became the permanent guard, which I just don't agree to that. You can't convert everybody over. Some guys, you got to play them where they go. And the dude was a good center. He should have been a center. McCoy should move to guard, but Coach Payton is seeing it how he sees it.
But he's solid at guard. I mean, he's solid at center already. McCoy was solid at center. So that's why I was confused about, well, why would you draft another center and you already have a good center? So if that pick don't work out with Ruiz, look what you left off the table, Q. So then you start seeing like these things that's happening with the team now. and it's a talent drop off because if Ruiz was going to start, he should have went to the team where he can come be a center in the run at day one. When the season started, when Ruiz was drafted, he didn't even play a few games. He was only on the bench. Remember?
Right.
Remember he was on the bench.
Right.
We was asking where was that first round pick. He was on the bench. He didn't come in until your boy got hurt. What was that guy name that kept getting the concussions? And we were saying then, if this guy who's been a tournament at guard, then why did you pick Ruiz? We needed somebody in the first round to come in and play right off the bat. So I wasn't getting that mindset. I don't know why they thinking like that. But Sean he's always leaning to more the veteran guys, which I understand. But a lot of these veteran guys with the money situation, they're not the best veteran guys, kid. I'm cool with the veteran guys if you can get them to have the money, but you know, you're getting the bottom of the barrel of talent right now. So nobody wanted Kevin White. And I don't even know how he kept getting on the team.
Yeah, that is strange to me too. I didn't totally understand the Kevin White situation. Sean Payton loves big, fast wide receivers, but got to be able to catch is a part of it too. You could be 6'3" and run whatever you gonna run, but that does us no good if you can't catch the football. And Kevin White was a guy that stayed on his team far too long, and we need help there. Now all of a sudden we see Kenny Stills is not is going to no man's land too, and has not been able to contribute. He was thrown at 5 times in the matchup last week. I mean, against the Dallas Cowboys a couple of days ago, and fell. And one of them was an interception. The other one, I mean, he had one that hit him right in his hands. He dropped it.
Yep.
So I mean, he got to get his shit together, or we got to move on. And I think this is right around the time when we need an infusion of enthusiasm, of people like some of these young guys that we have just sitting on the practice squad. Let's get some of these guys in the game and see what they can do. You know, let's move some of these old guys out of here that's blowing blocks and tackles. Let's bring some of these other guys in and give them an opportunity to see what he's doing.
Yeah. At this point, what do you have to lose? I mean, I know you're still trying to compete to get to the playoffs mathematically wise, but you won't get there and succeed to go longer if these guys not coming aboard with you, Q. So, you know, in these tight situations, you need these guys to step up. And they're not there yet, either that's not developing or, like, you know, my man Scoop say, not knowing the playbook altogether. That could be an issue. But at some point, Sean, can you I won't say dumb it down, but can you take that Waffle House menu, condense it? And you can't tell me that Quan Bacon has been on this team for almost, 13 weeks, and he can't run 25 plays? Come on, bro.
It's all about simplification, and I agree with you. Like I've been teaching for 26 years, and like now my biggest focus with my students, my engineering students, is about quality over quantity. Instead of giving them a shitload of drawings to do, I only give them a handful and see that they master them.
Yeah, that good commentary there.
Sean Payton ain't never gonna do that, GM Kev. He ain't never gonna do that. He got too much of an ego.
Well,
all right, let's I think Brother Jerry's next. Thank you, Kev, for that, man. Well said, bro. Brother Jerry.
Yeah, I'm here, Big Q.
Yes, sir. Floor is yours, my friend.
All right. What's good? What's good, Big Q? What's good, everybody?
Jerry, wake up.
Salute, brother.
Everybody in the,
Who that OG?
Can't call it, man. Hey, what's up? What's happening? What's happening with everybody? I hope everybody's.
Oh, Jerry might have dozed off on us. But before Jerry says something, I want to make a comment on the last thing that the last brother said.
He's talking right now, Prime.
Oh, yes? I want to hear him.
Hey, what's
Go
up,
ahead, brother? Yeah, he's talking at you right now, brother Prime.
Yeah. Well, it just I apologize once again, everybody. I had a incoming phone call. I know I was gonna be next in line, but I had to take the call real quick. But I came back, so it wasn't gonna stop me from talking Saints football with y'all.
Appreciate you, bro.
But just to recap on what we witnessed on Thursday night. Mac Prime made some points. Hoodie Jew, and shouts out to you, Hoodie Jew. He made some points, and Kevin and Trey and all the rest of everybody. But I just want to give y'all my take of what I saw, because I got news for you. If you're talking about playoffs, if you're talking about making even sniff the playoffs, I just don't see it. You know, with all these other teams fighting for that playoff spot as we are. Because now the Saints are sitting at 5-7, and you talking about trying to make the playoffs with this injured Saints team we got. I mean, you might as well just play for the NFL draft because right now, the way I'm looking right now, I know everybody's saying we can't give up right now. Let's say, look, we 5-7 right now. We got the Jets coming up next Sunday. We got the Buccaneers. We're gonna definitely lose that game down there on Sunday night. We got a hot upcoming Dolphins team, and they're probably gonna beat the Giants on Sunday as well. So that's already automatic. And then you got the Panthers coming in to start off 2022, and then you close out in Atlanta against the Falcons. So the way I'm looking at it right now, I'd say I don't know if they ever get they stuff together, and hopefully, prayerfully, break this losing skid that we all are currently on right now. Hopefully I'll see better results, man, because the way it's looking right now, I just don't see us making the playoffs, man. I mean, look, I'm like Big Q and everybody else. I just want to win a freaking game. That's all I want. I mean, if we win a game, I mean, I'm happy. You know, squash the playoffs and all that because it ain't gonna happen. So and we just like Q said, we just gotta take it one game at a time. That's all we got to do. And another thing I want to address, and I know everybody was talking about it. Where did this blindside block BS call come from? I ain't never seen that before. I have never seen that before. And it was a nice passing play from Taysom Hill. I think it was to Traquan Smith. And I folded my arms like where did this call come from? A blindside block by Garrett Griffin. I mean, where did this come from? Seriously. I ain't never. That goes to show you why we need to get a 2x4 and crack a skull on these referees. And I know Big Q talk about it all the time. We need to get something to knock these referees upside their freaking head so they can make the right calls better. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. I mean, I don't know what it is about these scumbag referees in the NFL hating on the Saints. Why? Because we won a Super Bowl. Everybody knows we better than them. Everybody knows we better than them. I'm just throwing facts out there, man. I'm just throwing facts out there, my people. Look. I understand they hate us, and God knows we hate them too. It's sad, bro. I mean, it's a shame to see something like that. I've never seen that before, and oh my God! And there's a good thing, and Big Q, it's a good thing I didn't watch nothing yet on yesterday. I didn't feel like it because that's all they was gonna talk about. Oh, the Dallas Cowboys is. Oh, the Dallas Cowboys that. I said, I don't want to hear all that. So I did something else to take my mind off of it. I watched something else. I ain't got time for all this Cowboy talk, what they did to the Saints. I ain't got that kind of time right now. I really ain't got that time right now. And also another thing, man, and these injuries, not being on the right mindset. No, I understand. We piled up with injuries. I get it, but dude, that ain't no excuse to try to win a game, man. Because the way this team is really looking right now, I mean, hey, we just like I said, we just gotta take it one game at a time. And Big Q, I also heard you mention about the Pro Bowl. I wanna address that real quick. I want to address this real quick. This Pro Bowl thing they talking about, this ain't nothing but a popularity contest to play for next year. I don't care if your favorite player is in the Pro Bowl. Everybody want to watch that because that's all it is. Ain't nothing but something for next year. That's all it is. A popularity contest. That's all it is. And ain't nobody, they only care about one thing, that they want to watch the Super Bowl. They ain't care about no damn Pro Bowl. I mean, come on.
And they really don't play hard in it.
No, because that's all it is. I mean, take it like the All-Star game in the NBA. Same thing. Popularity contest.
But the NBA is actually good,
Oh,
Jerry. They're making the game worse. Like when I played, if you got hit with a blindside block, it was your fault for not having your head on the swivel. That's your fault. You could also blow somebody up if you caught them slipping, but
Hey,
you can't do
we
that
talking
no
out
more.
of turn, Q?
Oh, that's my fault. Go ahead, bro.
No, we're gonna let Brother Jerry finish up. Then Uncle Paul is next, and then we got Rich Raw. We got to get Rich Rules. I'm sorry, we got to get to the other callers, and then after that, then family members can kind of throw their thoughts in for the summation of the time frame. But go ahead, Brother Jerry. You can finish your thoughts, and we'll go on. We'll move on to Uncle Paulie.
all right. Okay, Big Q. I'm just gonna say a few more things, and I'm gonna let Paulie have the floor, and I'm gonna jet out here. But I'll still be in the chat. But I just want to come on here to just want to come on here and drop some knowledge, man. I mean, I know it's tough. I know it's tough for all of us, especially for me, because I mean, I'm just not used to seeing the Saints lose games. I'm just used to them winning games every week, you know, with all this drama and stuff going on. But you always got to look at the bright side of things like that. Because think about it. Think about this year compared to last year. Remember, because you know, with the pandemic situation and the COVID situation, you know, games being pushed to a different day because somebody got tested positive with COVID and stuff like that, and it didn't happen. I mean, it went from start to finish. I mean, we still got about 5 games to go, and it hasn't been no cancellation to these games that we are playing right now. Especially same way in the NFL, nearly the same way in college football. I mean, they dealt with the same thing, but look how things progress now. Now I'm looking at these bowl games here. It's championship Saturday, so big ups to them. And hey, everything it is almost coming to a close. So I'm just glad I'm just glad there ain't been no cancellations for these games because somebody got the virus or something like that. So thank God for that. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let Paulie have the floor. Saints fans, Who Dat Nation, the great think tank. I want y'all to hear me real good. I am staying as a Saints fan forever. I am not leaving this team for nobody else because they're doing good. I'm still a Saints fan when they win. I'm a Saints fan when they lose. I'm still a Saints fan when they make the playoffs or not. I'm still gonna ride with this team, no matter what. Win or lose, I'm gonna still say Who Dat. I'm gonna still say Go Saints, and I'm still gonna wear my Saints gear because that's who I am. And
We are Saints fans before there was a Who Dat Nation.
All right. Well, thank you, Jerry, for that. Appreciate you, Brother Jerry, representing. Uncle Paulie, and then we got Brother Rich Rules. Thank y'all for being patient.
I love you all, man. Y'all stay blessed.
Who that,
Thank
OG?
You. Same to you, OG. All right, Uncle Paulie, the floor is yours. Thank you, Jerry.
All right.
What's going on? Thank you, Q. What's going on, fellas?
Thank you, bro. Good, bro. Doing good.
What's up, Paul? We just need to have a come to a reality moment. We've watched this team for the past 4 years continue to decline from Drew on down. It's just to a point that you know, there's got to be some changes made from the on down, whoever that's going to be in the future. And there's going to have to be a GM that's got enough intestinal fortitude to get Sean Payton in order. That's the problem. There's nobody telling him what he can and can't do. He's got to run the roost, and he's running this team into the ground, and I don't care who don't like it. You know, it don't make no sense. But this team to just continue to digress. Stop getting Leroy Herman from Backyard University for left tackle, and he can't even block. Stop doing that. Get some players from Miami, from LSU. When the last time they drafted anybody from Tulane? Come on now, we got to stop doing this. It ain't working no more, y'all. What y'all think?
Well, hold on. Hey, Q, can I answer that?
Yeah, go ahead, Kev.
I want to ask you something, Q. Like Paul just said, he made a good point. I was thinking about this. When you reach for Payton Turner in the first round out of Houston, right? What was wrong with, if you look at him as a development player in the first round draft? I want to ask you, Q. What was wrong with Cam Sample out of Tulane?
Ooh, you better tell it, bro.
See, I'll break it down on him, but I try to like just be cool. I was trying to wait to the end of the year.
GM keeper killing it,
but I was
bro.
gonna wait. But since you called me out here, I'm gonna give you that smoke. So check this out. Now he's in Cincinnati. Now Cincinnati, Paul, they've been getting all these LSU players, right? So we said
winning, man.
Hold up. We said a few years ago that look, when Drew was getting to his last year, they've been getting all these LSU. Right? What did we suggest? Go all in and get Joe Burrow. At least you got your quarterback, right? Didn't we say that, Q?
Did say that.
Hello.
What he doing over there now?
He doing pretty good.
All right, case closed. Let me let Paul talk.
And that's the same Joe Burrow that tore up his knee. Now, can we bet that Winston gonna come back and play like that? I don't think so.
Well, we don't know.
We just got to face facts. The Saints need to get a quarterback and stop kicking the can down the road. That can is bended up, bruised, and battered. Stop being cheap all the time. We can't do that no more. I'm like this. If you wasn't going to keep a Super Bowl winning atmosphere, why you won one in the first place? That's where I'm at. Just got on my last nerve. And the fans are tired of it. And I'm going to say this. Nobody else might have said, the bags is coming out. Let them keep playing like they're playing. When the last time y'all heard boos in the dome and they were booing the home team and they ought to boo the offense? I blame every coach on there for the situation. The O-line coach ought to get fired. He ain't worth two pennies rubbed together. You can't get them guys together block as a unit. That's pathetic, y'all. Come on now. We need to stop making excuses for this team, man. It's pathetic.
Excuses are like assholes. Everyone has one, and sometimes they stink.
It's Sean Payton's fault. He's too stubborn, man. I ain't never seen the code like that. Even Jim Moore was stubborn to a certain degree, but Sean Payton seems like he the worst. Come on now.
It's called arrogance, bro, because we need to stop getting people and putting the square peg into the round hole. Draft them and plan for what you draft them in.
True.
All right. Well, let me get Brother Rich Rules. Thank you there, Uncle Paul. Appreciate your comment.
Oh, no problem.
Let's get Rich Rules. Brother Rich Rules, you still there, fam?
Yeah, how you doing, Brother Q? How you doing?
Doing good, my brother. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for your patience.
Hey, good to be here, man. I found your show, man, after one of these damn losses, man. It stopped me from walking in the oncoming traffic, man. I said, let me call this show, man, and see what's happening with some of these brothers that think like me. I'm from the 7th Ward, man. I moved out here. I'm in Virginia. So I've been out in Virginia since Katrina, so I watched the Saints win the Super Bowl. God bless me, out here, man, everything, man. But my whole spin on this Saints situation, I've been watching. I'm 58 years old. I've been watching it, man, since the 70s, bro. And I've been a Saints fan, so
yeah, too, my brother.
I can understand what was going on, man. And I think with this particular tour of Sean Payton's tender, man, he, like the brother said before, he just don't have nobody to watch over him like Rita Benson was on his ass, bro. He had some heat on him to keep that job. Now that woman, Gail Benson, bro, got that team, man, and she just, by the grace of God, is happy that she's a multi-billionaire. She just turned that shit over to Loomis and Payton, man, and looked like forgot about it. She just show off her personal appearances, man, and he have nobody to tell him what to do, man. It's like, we left at least 3 or 4 rings on the table, bro. The last several years being in the playoffs, bro. It's all because of Payton doing stupid shit and nobody gonna drop the hammer on him or he feel any heat to do anything different. And in this particular season right here, like I said on my super chat, I think we got the worstest medical staff, bro, in the history of whatever was going on, man. This is a multi-billion-dollar company, man. You giving Michael Thomas bullshit advice about this and about that, and you ain't got his personal cell phone number to tell him, bro, it's time to get the surgery. Is the shit healed? It's just simple shit going on, man. And all these people going out. If you knew Alvin Kamara gonna be out 4 or 5 weeks, why not put him on injury reserve? they're making some fucked up. God forgive me. I'm sorry. They're making some bad calculations, bro. See what I'm saying, bro? And it's just people who are kind of passionate. Like I said, bro. I'm glad I found this show, bro. It serves a lot of purposes for real diehard Saints fans. Because some people, it's like. The Saints are like right now. It's like watching that one with all them snakes on the head, the Medusa. You gotta watch it. You turn the stone and shit. You just gotta keep your face to the TV. You just can't pull away. But yeah, bro. I think it's just a fact that there's no reason for Sean Payton to do anything different. Now he know the shit was sinking. It was Trevor Siemian, man. 2 games in, several games ago. The man don't step up into the pocket, bro. If he was an NFL quarterback, he should know his mechanics was all wrong, man. Why you got this dude in here when he not even checking down? He not even thinking about the other 52 players on the team. He killing drives, throwing the ball into the ground, and to me, bro, it's just like Sean Payton knew what's going on, bro. And I tell you right now, looking back a few years back. I think the NFL got a vendetta against the Saints ever since we kicked Brett Favre draws in his ass, bro, and we went all the way and won that Super Bowl year, bro. They never forgave us for that, bro. And ever since then, there's been a constant barrage of bullshit they've been coming at the Saints with. Because if you think about it, bro, every new rule that came into the league, bro, after we won that Super Bowl, bro, was directly some kind of way related to the Saints. They're getting the ball back, everybody touching the ball, and overtime and shit. That happened right after we beat Brett Favre in that playoff game. The following year, they came up with that shit, that bounty gate shit. People been doing that for years in the NFL, but they do that, Sam. They do that on high, and collegiate stuff, bro. Put a pot of money for certain things, man. And all of a sudden, they got a microscope on us. I think, Payton is just a company man, bro. He going on with the NFL, NFL. Line, because I know he know that they cheat on us, bro. Especially after that Rams playoffs game, bro. When they hit Tommy Lee, bro, and I think it's like I would have been sitting on the 50-yard line and had my whole team and then just not move, bro. What could they have done?
Right.
So that's all I got to say, bro. But I say keep hope, bro. And just keep hope alive, bro. Either way it go, like I said, I gotta keep watching them, bro. I might turn to a pillar of soap, but I gotta keep watching.
Welcome to the great think tank, brother.
Thank you, brother Rich. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. All right, let's keep it moving, man. We got Sean. Sean, you there, bro?
Good points, man. That was awesome.
Playoffs.
Yeah. Sean. Big Sean, you there, bro?
Y'all talking about playoffs?
There you go.
Come on, bro. Man, we just trying to win one more little game, bro, or something, man. Honestly, bro.
You started.
Oh yeah. To everybody in the chat and on this panel, man, the girls were who we thought they were, and our offense let them off the hook, bro.
We need some new girls.
Man, come on, man. Man, the NFL think the Cowgirls is that team, but they ain't that team, bro. Man, our defense almost by themselves had them, man, until Taysom hurt his finger, bro. Watch when they play like teams that were winning records. That's their kryptonite. They're allergic to winning teams.
But they had overall, Sean, they did have a good draft class, though. That's probably why you seeing them they record a little better than what it was a few years ago. If you look at their last few drafts, bro, they done picked some good players. They picked the right players. So
yeah, I ain't gonna question that, but I'm saying, like, look at their performance, though, man. Look at their record. Look who they lost to and look who they won against, though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When they play the real teams like the Packers, the Buccaneers, and even the Cardinals, man, they gonna get a mud stomped in their tail, bro.
They sure will.
So I ain't worried about this. And then I gotta hear all this bull crap from my wife, man, because her little garbage team won. Man, y'all, I'm catching it a little bit right over here, bro.
Well, I'm gonna bring up 2 points on the last brother that talked. from the 7th ward. I'm originally from there, but we moved to the 9th ward. I'm gonna tell you this. Think about this. Y'all remember when the Rams owner died and that woman took over? The Saints are in the same parallel right now with Mrs. Benson.
Yeah.
And also on the Super Bowl we won. Am I the only person that realized that? You notice whenever the team wins, there's a confetti or parade or whatever that comes down, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's normally the color of the team that won. If you go back and look at that footage, that confetti was blue and white.
Really?
Go back and look at it.
I gotta go back and look at that joke, man.
Go back and look at it. The confetti was blue and white. I'm like, what the hell? That's not
it was like
color.
it wasn't black and gold.
Man, that's a little detail I ain't even
Yeah,
realize.
bro. I hope you're lying about that, brother. That should have hurt a whole lot more if I go back and see that shit, brother.
Go do it. Go do it.
Passed my eyes, bro. I didn't see that.
I'm telling you, bro. When I saw that, I'm like, blue and white. Well, we played against Bell, but it was not. It was blue and white. I kid you not. I kid you not.
You know how a lot of stuff seems set up right now? Maybe it wasn't set up then. We just surprised until, especially at halftime. Man, going back to that particular Super Bowl, it's like I seen what was gonna happen when it happened. Going into the third quarter. I just because he did. We did that. Made that
footage for everybody. Fine,
we made that surprise onside kick in the regular season game that same season. I say I wouldn't be surprised if we do that junk in this game right here, and we did it, and it paid off. So yeah, that's something, man. I will have to go look back at that. But to my analysis on as far as us in the season, heck, I'd rather we not even win another game because we need better draft picks, man.
No, we need better coaches, man. Stop coaching people and having them play out of position. If you want a Maserati, you don't buy a Hyundai. So that's all being said. So
get
everybody,
your floaties ready, baby. We take it. Demetrius,
you saw it, huh? The confetti was red, white, and blue.
That's messed up. But I know doggone well we could do better than what we doing, man. Like even with the stock we already have, man, we barely losing games and stuff, and then all of a sudden we starting to get blown out and all that stuff. Man, what's the deal with Ian Book, man? Give the dude a chance, man. Let him try. Prove us right or prove us wrong about him, man. That's all you could do.
Hey, Big Sean. I don't want to see Ian Book. I don't want to see him. I want to keep him on the show for another 3 years. Because if you see what our two backup quarterbacks are doing with this, why would you want to subject him to this punishment at the NFL if he's not ready to move around and know the playbook like that? Why would y'all want to see that? I don't want to see him get rattled already because he could be a franchise player. He could be your next Patrick Mahomes. You never know. But if we get him in there too early and he gets shook, he'll never be the same.
You folded up, Big Q. Good job. You folded up.
But well, that's the thing. Some people like to learn, like dive in with both feet. Some people learn better that way.
Yep,
man. And I hate to use this analogy, but like when a person like trying to join a gang, they get jumped. It's something like that, man. They get thrown into the world. They get jumped. Yep. Yeah, you gotta fight your way out. You either beat or get beat.
You know what, Sean? I keep hearing people say this about he don't know the playbook. He don't know the playbook. The dude have been here in the off season. He'd have been in here like 13 weeks. He can't run 50 plays. He can't run 40 plays. He can't run 30 plays. Come on, bro. That's some BS, bro. That's BS.
And it's also, like I said, I don't think he ready, bro. I mean, that's what I think on the Coach Payton thing. I don't think if Coach Payton felt like Ian Book gives him a chance to win, he'd be playing. But I don't think he sees that yet. I mean, the Saints sitting at 5-7, way back, in the cellar. And the only thing is the saving grace to it is the fact that a lot of teams are in the same position. They're in around the same record as the Saints, which you have to just handle it in one game approach. I don't think Ian Book is Coach Payton believes he helps him right now. I think he'll more than likely go into it with Trevor Siemian and Taysom Hill as a combination effort, not throwing the ball, but Taysom as a weapon with Kamara and Ingram. And he'll go into the Jets game like that. I don't see Book going up in there.
And what about you don't think that he's letting them go through the same process that he let Jameis go through, like sit a whole year?
I mean, Jameis set because of Drew, and then Drew gets hurt. Taysom was there, and I think he was obligated to let Taysom play because he kept giving him all these accolades. I don't think Taysom Hill is. I don't think Taysom is not even 20% of what Steve Young was. I mean, he's simply not the guy. He's not 20% of that, man. We talk about a Hall of Fame, bro. We talking about Steve Young, Hall of Fame quarterback. He's not even 20% of that, man. He got to work on. It's a lot of stuff Taysom got to work on, man. But listen, that's not his game, though. His game is he's a utility guy, and he's meant to be used to impact the game in certain ways. Like, think about the matchup, like what he was. The Saints offense was stalling out. It was Taysom Hill by his goddamn self powering the Saints offense against the Dallas Cowboys defense. It was Taysom by himself running up the center of that defense, gashing them and hitting him. He averaged over 9 yards per carry as a running back. Mark Ingram was barely doing 3 yards. So I mean, he was with no fullback now. Taysom running up the gut of the Dallas Cowboys defense, plumbing them, and he was moving the offense pretty much by himself. And you started to see he started to wear down. He was running hard. He was trying to throw the ball, and of course, he doing all that with a messed up extended finger, so bent finger. So, like I said, the guy is impressive as a weapon. I think right now, because of his injury, we don't need to use him in the quarterback role. But Coach Payton is trying to salvage the season and keep everything on par. So that's why he's going to go to Trevor Siemian. We know about the accolades about Trevor Siemian, how he likes his calmness. And of course, you in the thought process is giving Siemian the weapons of Ingram, Kamara, and Taysom should give the Saints the boost offensively it needs to get over the hump. That's the mentality and the mindset of Coach Payton. Not to mention,
we don't need a robot. We need emotion.
You get Ramczyk and Terron Armstead back to help kind of stable the line as well. So
we don't need a robot. We need emotions.
And as far as our quarterback core, as far as our quarterback core, Jameis is the most emotional we have, but he hurt.
Yep. And you see, Jameis is going to have the same. If you notice, Steve Young had success after he left the Buccaneers, and Jameis was about to have success. Same parallel.
Yep. Yeah.
Always look at patterns, man. Always look at patterns. That's what patterns and things that repeat themselves.
Yeah, the trends. Okay, fam. Thank you, Sean, for your commentary. We got Sean's wife, Tasha, on the line. Tasha, welcome to the show, and we're gonna close the show out with Tasha. Tasha,
sister, what's up?
What's going on with you?
Okay, can y'all hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Who that family?
Who that to you?
We're talking about who that.
Okay, I'm not coming on to mess with y'all today. I'm gonna let y'all.
Just don't come on and say, well, what about them Cowboys?
I know y'all hurting right now, but I just want to say, of course, I'm happy. I can't say I'm just overjoyed because I know that had you had Jameis and others in that we probably would have lost that game. And I'm being a realist because I am a realist. We probably would have lost that game. But I still, I made a bet with my husband, Big Sean, who's on here, and I won the bet. So I'm the GOAT because I won the bet. So I'm just saying, y'all don't be getting salty with me in these comments because I'm in here celebrating because y'all done been on me the whole season talking about when December the 2nd come, this gonna happen and we gonna do this and we gonna do that. And I just been sitting back being a lady, letting y'all just have at it and trying to have confidence in my Cowboys, even though sometimes they made me a little scared. But nevertheless, my Cowboys won the game. Was it some bad calls in there? Yeah, it was some bad calls in there. I'll give you that. It was some bad calls in there. And yes, I do know and understand the situation with the refs. They don't like the Saints. They really don't like us either, but they really don't like the Saints. I ain't down with that. But nevertheless, my Cowboys won that game. And for all of y'all that's in here being salty with me because I'm celebrating, I know y'all hurting and stuff, and I've been a lady trying to let y'all have y'all little hurt. Q tried to slip this in on me because I was asleep. And he tried to slip this in on me, thought I was going to miss it. I stayed up all yesterday trying to, wait, for him to come on. And he trying to be sneaky. I even went on the Pels report trying to see when Q was going to come on. And I'm like, okay, he going to come on tomorrow. Then I wake up late at 10 and I see that Q is on. I said, okay, I get it. He in his feelings. That's okay. Just like DC be in his feelings. Q in his feelings today. So he gonna come on while I was asleep. But that's okay. I got in on it. And I'm gonna celebrate. Now for all of y'all in there salty in the comments coming at me, y'all just be salty as you want to. I'm gonna be up in there. I ain't leaving. I ain't going nowhere. I still got love for my black and gold. But them boys, them my boys. And that's just what it is. Just like y'all diehard Saints fan, I love my Cowboys. I was willing with that bet to come on over to the Saints side, but when it comes to
Your
it,
love
down
is for
to
that
it,
blue and that sissy silver.
them boys, that my heart is blue. So you know what I'm saying? I love my black and gold, and I'm not going nowhere.
Hold on,
how long you been a Cowboys fan?
Let me ask you this, Tasha. Remind me of what the bet was between you and Sean. I forgot.
Well, Sean caught me at a very vulnerable moment, Q. He caught me at a vulnerable moment. You think he a fly fox, but he actually caught me at a vulnerable moment because I was really, really like down about my Cowboys and I was like frustrated and I was like, you know what? I've been rocking with them all my life. Maybe it's just time for a change. Well, he was just like, oh yeah, you should just come on over, to the black and gold, you always supporting us, blah, blah, blah. And he took my vulnerability and used that against me. And he was like, I was like, well, maybe I should just, come over. He was like, yeah. So we made that deal when I was in a place of vulnerability as a woman. And so I made that deal not knowing that he really didn't make a deal with me. He didn't make any deal. I was like, okay, well, if the Saints lose, then you'll have to stop calling my Cowboys cowgirls and you'll have to wear like a shirt or something. And he was like, heck no, I'm not. No, I'm not. He never really made a deal with me. He was so sure that the Cowboys was going to lose that he was going to get me over. So he even went and purchased a Saints shirt for me to wear and all of this and, give me his jersey because he was just so confident that my Cowboys was going to lose. So now that they won, he came in. I think I put it in the chat the day of the game, after the game. He come in the room. He was downstairs. Mind you, we can't watch the game together. We couldn't watch it together. He was downstairs. I was upstairs. He comes in after the Saints lost. And I was like, hey, friend. I was like, hey, friend. And he looked at me and he was like, I want a divorce. I thought that was funny. And so he's been a little salty at me. And so I was just like, that was the deal. It really, really wasn't fair because Sean didn't make a deal with me. Like I would have been okay if he had said, well, okay, if we lose, we'll, I'll wear, Cowboys shirt or something like that. So either way, I'm a true woman. So I was like, whatever. He didn't make a deal. I made the deal. I'm gonna be a woman of my word. If we lose, I'll come over to the Saints team or whatever, and I'll just get disowned by my family and friends and all of that. So, but the Cowboys won, and so I know that it was a lot of factors that played into it. Y'all had a lot of injuries and all that, but I feel like regardless of who you are and if you third string, whatever, when you get on that field, you're supposed to do your job. and
No,
you're
but y'all
supposed to do
shouldn't be
what's
this part.
asked of you and what you're getting paid to do. And so I just feel like out with excuses, whoever takes them, whoever, you were out there to do your job. And if you didn't execute it, then hey, you didn't execute it. So you just call a spade a spade. And that's just what happened. I feel that there was factors that the refs did make, some bad calls or whatever. But at the end of the day, the Cowboys won. And I just wanted to say this. Some of us in the comments, y'all just real salty and real salty with me, because I'm celebrating. Let me let y'all know something. This is fun to me. My husband and I, what we do is fun. This keeps the fire. We have fun with this rivalry stuff. It's not real. It's not anything. Him being upstairs, downstairs, that's just what we do, being silly or whatever. At the end of the day, this is entertainment for me and fun for us. Neither one of these teams pay my bills. Neither one of them
Yep.
take care of me.
Yep.
So some of y'all get too serious and into y'all feelings and stuff like that. But I just want y'all to know it's just all fun and games with me. Don't come at me if I didn't send for you. Don't come at me because you salty. If
I'm
I
not
didn't
coming
send
at
for
you.
be salty. Have your feelings and your emotions, but don't come at the queen. Cause I
Nah,
ain't
y'all
called for
got
you,
that
so don't
I'm
mistake.
not.
Y'all
come
got
at
I'm not.
me.
that.
I'm
Say
not
what you
coming
want
at
to
you,
say.
Queen.
Have your feelings. Have your meltdown and stuff. Jerry, you say you don't want to hear nothing about no Cowboys. Get over it, cause you gonna hear. Cause I'm gonna be up in here celebrating. So get over it. You just got a Cowboy sister over here, and I got love for the black
And
and
I'm gonna be
gold, and I'm gonna be over here
celebrating when
be in here.
you get
Q
eliminated in the
can't
first
even
round.
kick me out.
Sister
Okay?
Tasha, I got a question for you,
Q
Sister
can't even
Tasha.
kick me out.
I got a
So
question
y'all,
for
at
you.
the end of the day, it's all fun for me. Don't get in your feelings and get mad and come for me, because some of y'all been coming hard at me, and I'm a tough girl. I ain't scared of none of y'all. So just have fun with it. We can have fun with it, but don't get so salty and mad at me that you start coming at me. Because at the end of the day, my king that's on this live, he take care of me, not the Cowboys, not the Saints or whatever, and he does a good job. So that's all I had to say. I love all of y'all. I'm just on here just to irritate y'all and to be petty. I told y'all I'm the president of the petty board. So okay, there you go.
Okay, it's
Thank you, Tasha.
first of all, my queen. It's not salt. It's Tony Satcheries. And did you
How
know that
about
the
them
Cowboys?
Cowboys? I gotta
And did
go.
and did you know that the Cowboys is a racist term? Look it up.
But I'll tell you, boy, Prime is letting all the historical knowledge go tonight. Listen, fam, I like to thank all y'all for joining, man, in the stream. I wish I can go another hour here. But
We
Tom,
appreciate you coming today, man.
we thank
Yeah,
y'all for coming.
always, they keep,
Thank you
always, man.
guys. Appreciate y'all, man. Much love to the
For
family.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, enjoyed myself, Q. Thank you, man.
Same to you, bro. Thank y'all for being here. All right,
Good
so
therapy.
with that we need that nowadays. With that being said, fam, I'm gonna leave on that note. But perhaps we'll do a stream on Sunday. We'll just hit your notification. We might pop up again. I know later on today we'll do a Tough Tiger Talk stream as well for the show. But much love to the family members. I appreciate everybody being in this sucker thing. Appreciate all the commentary. Thank all of you guys for all the great wisdom that you expounded there. And we have some fun. So a lot of people was able to kind of speak their vantage points. And of course, some people might not agree with other people's vantage points. But that's what is like having a collage of different thinkers in here. And that's what the Great Saint Think Tank represent, a lot of different vantage points for the family members. So with that being said, I'm gonna drop out on that. If you hadn't hit the like button, please feel free to hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, join the Great Saint Think Tank, join the Sports Coma, join the Who Dat family by subscription. Also, feel free to check out our merch. I don't know how much merch we got. So we got several different merch stores. Got all kind of merch, Pelican post game report merch for the Flock and Saints, all kind of stuff. I mean, it's all kind of stuff, and we constantly adding to it as well. So, and also we're working on a few projects that we got coming up. Like I said, it's some literature stuff that'll be coming down the line. I wanted it to come before the end of the year, but I had my time kind of got restricted and I wasn't able to finish it. So I'm probably gonna carry that project into next year. There's also a musical project that we're working on for the Saints. The Saints mixtape that we're working on to release for the Who Dat Nation and the Pelicans and the family members. A mixture of music for the family members that'll be coming out in the next couple of months. So we got some projects that we're working on, as well as more merch is coming. We got the Pro Radio Show, or the Sports Coma radio show that'll be every Wednesday, family. For those who want to participate in that, you can go in the description section below, or just go to the community section of this platform and look for the link. It's there, and then you can hit that link and go over to Pro Radio, which is an entire whole platform that we've been building up over I don't know how many years now. There where we do radio. Remember, originally we came from the podcast side of stuff. I used to just podcast. I wasn't doing the visual stuff, but that's where the Sports Coma originally comes out. The Pelican Post Game Report, the Tough Tiger Talk, the Ring Kings Boxing, all that came out of the Sports Coma. I just niched it down and created different platforms for it when they, and all of it exploded. So big ups to the fam, and thank you if you want to be a part of the Pro Radio as well, with live shows that we'll be doing every Wednesday, baby. So you can participate in that. So with that being said, also, just to let you know, the TSC Unleashed is supposed to be coming back. Today was supposed to be the day. We couldn't do it because we had to remake the show, but it will be back. It started in December, the month of December. TSC Unleashed every Saturday morning. We'll be doing the TSC Unleashed, and we will open the phone lines as well. So a lot of stuff going on here, but we're going to keep it moving every step of the way. And I'd like to thank all of our family members for being a part of it. The Patreon family members, the YouTube member family, and everybody else. I thank you guys, and I appreciate you for all of the stuff that you're doing as we continue to move forward into the future. So with that being said, I'm going to jump out on that. I love y'all. Y'all keep y'all heads up, man. And we might do a stream later on. By the way, we're working on a collab with Law Nation. I'm supposed to jump up on Law Nation's platform and talk about the Saints and the Cowboys recap. So I'm gonna get them throwing some bows and arrows at me and other stuff at me. So if I'm gonna let y'all know about that, what that's supposed to happen sometime today. I don't know. When it does, I'll make sure I present the link in the community section of this page. So with that being said, much love to the family members, and I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the Sports Coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit for Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Payton, New Orleans, Who Dat Nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the Sports Coma, all we know is Saints Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Thank you for making Saints Central your black and gold home for the New Orleans Saints.
Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that?
The WhoDatDaily.com. That's right, the WhoDatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who Dat and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, the WhoDatDaily.com is your site. The WhoDatDaily.com for the sport Who Dat in all of us.